You know, I really miss Corey.
Yeah, I did too. It's a shame he's dead.
Yeah, right. Oh, you really?
Corey's fine, guys. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Seriously, though, when I inevitably do die between shows, that's how I want you to announce it.
I forget to inform you that Brahma Bull has passed away.
And on with the show.
And on with the show. He had a heart attack because of a vigorous stroking incident. Or would it be funnier to say that you had a stroke?
He had a vigorous stroking incident and had a heart attack.
Milk production has come to a halt.
Yep.
Toxic man flu.
Yeah, I got.
He's not just a flu, but he's toxic and he is a man.
He's also fucking.
It's like Man Bear Pig, but toxic man flu.
So, okay, what I've recently learned, toxic man flu has a 2 gig pipe. And yeah.
It's not the size of my pipe that matters. It's the size of Mrs. Flu's pipe.
Oh, hey
There you go.
Wow.
Not the size of the lead pipe, it's how you wield it.
No, it's how Mrs. Flu wields her pipe on you.
Hey, Toxic Man Flu just had a Bob Iger moment right there. Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. They hit a little bit of a hot mic. Speaking of hot mic, Big Mike. Big Mike likes Bull's Milk ice cream.
And the other big Mike's gonna like taking the head off of Jake Paul tomorrow night.
Oh, dude. I hope Tyson mollywops the crap
Okay, do you guys think that's even a real fight?
You're talking about Mike Tyson. I thought you were talking about a former first lady.
Oh, no.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. This is.
No, technically, she was the first husband.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
All I know is that it is Glass Joe.
Oh yeah, I saw that meme going around. It's pretty funny.
It's so good.
You know, some people are saying that they think the fight is rigged. I mean,
I
don't know.
Do you think it's actually real?
Yeah.
I think the rivalry is real, but however, there was something that seemed off about the smack that happened earlier today. That I saw the confrontation that they had when they were doing the weighing out of each other.
Yeah, I think that was staged, but I think
that aspect of it, but I think the fight, yeah, thank you, Brahma. I think the fight itself will be genuine. I really hope Tyson can win, but even if he doesn't win, it's cool that he's doing this. Like, there is a possibility he could absolutely not win. That reminds me, I gotta let my comic shop guys know we're gonna start earlier tomorrow so we can watch
Penis exploding with entertainment.
The one thing we don't do on Thursday Night Throwdown is screw around.
No, we don't.
By the way, have you guys seen Toxic Man Flu naked in the shower? It's like really disgusting. Like someone
It's
vomited
Hakeem
in
Jeffries
blender and like
in the
sick
shower.
extra chunky. It's really gross. Like every time I see him, I want to shave my eyeballs with a razor.
Had some really good names this time too.
We are literally the same height.
No, I'm definitely taller, Comics.
We got your back, Comics. You okay back there, Nick?
Trump should appoint Hakeem Jeffries ambassador to Siberia.
Bravo
Criminal
to
posting.
TNT command. Target is locked. That's a confirmed hit. Target is down.
Oh, I get the helicopter because I'm the fat kid. That's bull.
You know what's funny, Putin's cat?
Get away from my turtles.
Taller than you, buddy.
I don't have any hands and feet, Comics. I can't fly a plane.
You are a little bit retarded.
It's Thursday night. Throwdown.
And I'm glad that played. I'm glad that played. Yes, I am. Oh, wait. We were going to... Okay, hold on just a second. Hold on just a second.
Seriously, I need to back out you guys out of the screen so I can actually do my
I am
intro.
doing it now.
A little late, Talks. Hey, everybody. It's been an interesting week. Apparently, InfoWars
You're on your
got
own now,
liquidated.
buddy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Apparently, InfoWars got liquidated. Not really. Yeah, so apparently the Onion was trying to buy them. There's some weirdness going on with that. We'll definitely get into that. Yeah, Rachel Zegler, more melting down, but apparently pretty sure Disney forced her to apologize. And yeah, we also have the earnings call to talk about. So let's get the gang in here so we can start talking about some of this fun stuff. Oh, we also got headlines too, Talks, if you have those prepped, if you still want to do this tonight.
After all that just happened, you now want me to go over... Okay, yeah.
You don't have to. I'm asking, man.
I got him. I did it for what? What day do we stream? God, it's
Monday?
been one of those days.
Yeah.
I have a test tomorrow, too. Oh, well.
I hope you're prepared. I hope you don't have one of those dreams where you show up to the
not.
test naked with no pencils.
Well, then I would, win,
That's
especially if it's a female
disturbing.
teacher.
Yeah,
So
I guess.
she'd take one look at me and go, wow, look, Cool Whip.
Okay.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Dad.
Remember when they had to blow up that beached whale?
Exactly, that was me. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Hawaii, Greenpeace. God, we're going out of the water. Let's get it back in the water. I'm sitting there going,
Quick before it dies.
damn it, you
Eat
stupid
somebody.
French people. Get off me. You all smell. Take a bath. So, yeah.
No,
Greta
it's-
Thunberg.
I just want to make a mean joke. What smells worse, French people or a dead whale?
Joy Behar.
Joy
Whoa.
Behar. Oh,
That's
wow.
Or
Best
Whoopi
answer
Goldberg.
possible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, apparently...
he is.
Whoopi's
Whale.
not having sex with men anymore. Thank God.
In what,
It's all
40 years
over.
since
It's
what,
been a
Raiders
long
of the
time.
Lost
Oh,
Ark?
okay. All right. So here's my question. She
She
basically
did a
says
Ted Danson.
she's says she's not gonna have sex with men anymore. Was she having sex with
she
men
already
at all at
wasn't.
this point? I mean, I kind of don't see that happening, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, she's got this rubber silicone doll thing called Pierre. She thinks is a man. It's kind of a mix with a symbian.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I kind of thought she had switched sides a while back, but I was wrong.
No. I mean, well, after fucking Ted Danson, maybe. But
Well, once you go black, you don't go back.
It's like, Whoopi going to lesbians is like Canada giving us Celine Dion, right? It's not right. We should have done that to the lesbians. We should have kept her in there, and they should have kept Celine
I
Dion.
don't think we should have done anything to the lesbians, but all right.
Lesbians are nice.
I know. I love my lesbians.
I know, but so is Whoopi committing a tongue of mass destruction? I mean,
So there's a funny thing too, also that happened apparently recently, because she had her birthday on Wednesday, and I guess she went to go order some cakes or something,
Whoopi.
and Whoopi Goldberg,
okay.
and apparently they refused to serve her,
because apparently their boilers were down or something.
Because of her politics.
Satan.
Well, no, that's what
Satan didn't name
That's
that.
what she's claiming. Yeah,
that's what she's claiming, and the bakery's like, no, we were having problems with our boilers. So
she needed to be a victim. She needed to be a victim, so she created a scenario around it.
When she walked in, all the tiles and stuff from the weight just fell from the floor and destroyed the boiler. That's what happened.
Yeah, probably.
At this point, I'm going to assume that every woman that still has hair and hasn't shaved their head voted for Trump.
Yeah,
probably.
So I don't trust Whoopi.
Probably fair. All right, so we didn't get a chance to get to this on Monday because
what, the headlines?
Well, the headlines. Yeah, while you're digging this up, I was going to show Sabretooth Raptors.
Shit, what? Oh, his stuff. This stuff was good.
Yeah. So he mentioned that this was like a I guess a cross between, this is the Enterprise between the one from the Enterprise TV series and the original series. So that's head on. We have the top view. That's actually a pretty neat design, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the side view. That's actually pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Yeah.
I have to admit. Now, I know that he sent some other stuff too. We'll get to those later. Were you able to find that? Get your headlines?
Yeah, I actually found them.
And? All right.
You can believe that.
I can believe that. So, all right, I'll turn things over to you, Tonks.
I don't want to do any of that.
Hey, did you know that Disney was underpaying women?
Yeah, I thought there was like a whole lawsuit regarding that.
Women don't deserve to get paid as much as men.
They actually settled it this week, right before the earnings call. I did a video about it. Nobody watched it. But
interesting timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is rather interesting timing, I have to say. I wonder why.
I wonder why it went that way.
Well, I mean, it's $300 million. They were definitely going to lose it. And they could have dragged it out a whole other year. But then it wouldn't be hung around Iger's neck.
Well, they have another lawsuit to worry about coming up in September, so I guess
it would be Gina Carano.
Gina's suit is a big problem for him. I was going to say.
Yep. Gina's not that big. It's a small suit.
That's not what? What?
Hey, you were sitting there. Whoopi's fat. Gina's
looks
not.
like a great birthday suit.
There wasn't the weight of the suit.
There it is.
The weight of
All
the
right,
suit.
here I'm pressing the button.
All right.
Hercules, I'll show you some Herculean meat. Ow!
She actually did hit me with a Slim Jim this week.
She got a facial.
Penis. Entertainment that always rises to the occasion.
Tonight. Pick up my Geek Grind coffee. Geek Grind has a princess
deep between the cracks, whether it's a cushion or an ass. It's Pixel News headlines with Toxic Man Flu.
Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, well, fuck it. Breaking Pixel News. Dextradamus predicts U.S. presidential election winner for a record 47th time with his stunning, brave, and bold prediction, a man will win again. Way to go, Dextradamus. 47 men in a row as U.S. president. Yeah, that's why this one wasn't supposed to go first. All right. Nation thanks Kamala for being such a shitty candidate. A joyful nation lifted its collective voices to thank Kamala Harris for being such a shitty presidential candidate this week. No, not the call of the land whales in liberal American cities. That wasn't calling and thanking her. That was us thanking her for being so shitty. We talked to real Americans like Ian Simmons of Greasy, Oklahoma. Real place. There are two things I love in life, said Simmons after his turn at the Dix Division glory hole. Turning tricks with Ian K. and seeing a hoe get pimp slapped on the national stage.
I thought it was getting gay with Ian K.
Sorry, nothing.
Yeah, it's actually getting gay with Ian Simmons.
Getting gay with Ian Simmons. That's right. And I got to download that and give it to him. Whoopi must stay in U.S. No plane can handle weight of Viewstar, so she must remain in the U.S. after the Trump win. It's a horrible thing for Whoopi and for America.
I love how she basically has the mental, was it the mental health haircut or, God, what was it that Diversity Comics used to say?
SJW?
Well, yeah, it's the SJW haircut, but it's like
She's
mental disorder
nuts.
haircut or something like that.
Oh, it must be. It must be when he used to actually be called DNC. What he used to say.
That
I
was a
know
long
what you're
time
getting
ago.
at. Yeah, that was a while ago. Oh God,
She just walks in and says, "Give me the TDS." That's it.
Give me the TDS haircut.
And I think this is finally. Yeah, no, maybe there's one more. Who knows? Kimmel pledges to be 50% less funny after Trump victory.
Oh, he was already at 40%. So is this bringing to a what, negative 10%?
How do you
It's
run a
something like
deficit?
That's it. I don't know. In a move that only a small handful of people care about, late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel has done what he does best: be not funny. Performing to a crowd of dozens of cows at the Bull's Milk Dairy in Lick, Kentucky, real place, Kimmel was quoted as saying, "If you think I was not funny before Trump won, just wait. I can be at least 50% less funny instantly." We all know that Jimmy has it in him to be less funny.
You know, this is the guy who
Lick.
used to be on the Man Show.
I was going to mention the same thing, Nick. It's hard to believe that this is the same guy from the Man Show.
What a great show that was. And he was also on Ben Stein's Money.
He is a Cuckosaurus Rex.
I don't know what happened to
goodness.
him. Did Silverstein or whatever her name is, did she do that to him? Because he dumped her like a hot rock or something.
Sarah
Silverman. That's it.
Sarah Silverman. No,
Silver
but he probably
Surfer?
slept with Whoopi because she likes guys who do blackface.
There you go.
Well, dude, you know the whole thing
play
with Ted
basketball.
Danson doing blackface. Whoopi put him up to that. You know that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
It was
thing
a
that's so fucking funny about it.
And it was funny at the time.
Yeah.
People came out and said stuff, and she's like, "No, I made him do it. It was all fun."
And not only that, Whoopi was one of the few people who came out and says, "Why are we not having, this classic Disney movie out there? Why can't we have Song of the South?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Wow, she occasionally can say things."
Well, they were all friends with Trump until he won the presidency. I don't get it. How do you?
Well, not
friends
until he
with him
won.
also win?
It was until he started winning, right? Because
Yeah,
he
winning.
came on the.
That's right.
He came on The View, and they were all they loved him and all the stuff, and yeah, that was like
him to run.
They encouraged him to run, yeah.
They
And
did.
then- yeah,
That's the one on The View where they were like, "We'd love you to run." All this with Barbara Walters.
Blah,
I
blah,
thought he
blah,
would run as a
Blah, blah, blah.
Democrat.
It's all about that. So, and this is from @Destiny Bastard Child. Apparently, he's staying on Twitter. Dylan Mulvaney refuses to leave the U.S. unless there are movies about gladiators on plane.
Well, the good news is Gladiator 2 is coming out next week.
It
so.
is, yes.
Yeah, but the bad news is they cut the gay kiss.
They did. That sucks.
Oh, they cooked.
Denzel's pretty pissed that he had to actually go through with it and then have it cut out of the movie.
Yeah. Well, somebody has that on tape somewhere. They'll blackmail him with it.
Somewhere. You know what? We should do a movie night at Airplane 2.
They can put it in Black Panther 3. Nobody will know the difference.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Well, I think that's it. That was amazingly spectacular. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, you did it. You know what? I want to tell you something, Tux. Your efforts are appreciated.
Well wasted.
They are.
Yeah, I get it.
They are well appreciated and wasted at the same time. Yes.
You know, I wish that damn intro would have opened up. It was, I gotta upload that. It was so good. Oh well, I suck at this. Anyway.
I mean, you could send it.
He digs deep between the cracks, whether it's a cushion or an ass. It's Pixel News headlines with Toxic Man Flu.
Like I recognize that voice.
Rama made sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it involve a sternly worded letter?
Yes. Let's talk about the Alex Jones situation and InfoWars allegedly being sold to the Onion.
Maybe.
Which is an interesting turn of events because like 20 minutes before the show, Alex Jones, I don't know, maybe it's like 40 minutes before the show, he released the video. But I caught it 20 minutes before the show, basically laying out what was going on. So before we talk about his rebuttal of what's going on, the Onion. So we all know, because of the Sandy Hook lawsuits that have been going on, Alex Jones was forced into bankruptcy, and the government is making him liquidate his assets for InfoWars. So the way they typically do this is with a auction, right? A public auction. We do know that there are friends of Alex Jones that want to obviously keep him going, that are trying to go and purchase InfoWars to keep Alex Jones involved with it. So apparently, they decided to do a silent auction where they basically said, okay, write down a number that you want to go and buy InfoWars for, stick it in an envelope, hand it over to me, and I'll take a look at them and decide which one is going to be the winner.
And the key is, it's not Alex that's looking at it. It's the arbitrator.
It's the arbitrator, right? Yeah. So apparently, for whatever reason, the Onion was the winner, or at least the company that owned the Onion, and they're wanting to turn it into a parody site, making fun of Alex Jones and conspiracy theorists and all this other stuff. And the reason why they legitimately said this in the article, the reason why the Onion wanted to buy it was to keep it out of the hands of the alt-right, and basically turn it into a parody site to mock them.
But you know how the auction worked, right? The arbitrator. Arbitrator. So didn't have to accept the highest bid.
Yes.
He just had to decide on a bid.
Yes.
So when all the money's supposed to be going to these families and you're supposed to be getting as much money as you can, they decided to set the rules to, well, the government gets to decide which bid we're going to accept, which cuts out some of the bids that we would assume are going in from Alex Jones' friends, I would think.
Yeah. So they could actually outbid the Onion, but they could still give it to the Onion basically as a FU to Alex and to InfoWars.
Because we feel like it.
Because they feel like it, yeah.
But did you see that the Onion's bid included some of the family members?
Yes.
Who have already gotten a payout of Alex Jones's money. So they were buying it back with his own money?
Yep.
And even though he liquidated his personal assets.
Completely violated all of his amendment rights. And it was a summary judgment because he gave them everything he had, but they couldn't find the thing where he never said what they said he said.
Yeah. Okay. It was a show trial.
Right. Yep. So they didn't do anything, didn't really do much up there, but they did a summary judgment because they said he didn't produce the evidence. And he's like, I can't produce the evidence. I never said it.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing.
Hold on. Is it supposed to be the other way around? When you make an accusation, you're supposed to have something to prove that someone did
that's why
something?
this was 100%. This is why your local elections, especially for DA,
judges,
police, judges, all right, are so important. If you look at what Scott Pressler, who did a phenomenal job in Pennsylvania, is trying to do.
Amazing.
He's got 3 Democratic Supreme Court justices, and the way that stuff works in these states that have, like Illinois and others have screwed this stuff up, they get elected, and then you have to vote no to get them out. So you'll see like 60 judges on your ballot, and it'll say yes, no. And that's why I always vote no for all of them, because I want them to face an election.
Well,
so what he's going to do is he's going after now those 3 judges in Pennsylvania to get everybody to vote no so that they have to face an election. Because if you just confirm that judge, they never go up against a Republican judge again. And that's why voting for judging is wrong. You shouldn't be doing it.
And Pressler is going to New Jersey next, from what I hear.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said he wants to make it into a red state.
Well, and that's the cool thing, right? We need more guys like him out there doing that.
Agreed.
You know, and look,
He's
I
a
would
tall dude, too.
I
Like,
would volunteer to
outstanding.
do that. You know, if my YouTube channel has like 5 million, I'll do that. Why not? Be great.
Yeah.
So that's
good reason to
commitment
just
to your
like
5 million celebration.
Channel.
So anyway, back to Alex Jones real quick. A judge has blocked it, so it's going to go back to court. Yeah, it was crazy because I read the article and I was like, wow, this is messed up. And then I see, wait a second, hold on, something ain't right. Yeah. This whole thing is fucked up, and it should be blocked. And quite frankly, in my opinion, they shouldn't be going through this whole bankruptcy of Alex Jones anyway. Again, the whole point is to go and destroy this man because he's saying things that people don't like. Now, some of it may be misguided. Some of it is on the nose. There's a lot of stuff that I'm surprised that Alex has said that is pretty fucking spot on too. Yeah, it's crazy. And what is happening to him is fucking criminal. Absolutely fucking criminal.
It's beyond. You can have a debate about what happened down initially, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you are, what you did, or were a victim of. Both sides are supposed to still have rights to produce their sides of the story. And it is clear that Alex Jones basically had no rights whatsoever. And that alone should have been the first red flag from someone to say, hey, what's going on here? But of course, he is playing to the most rigged game. So he had no choice of getting out of that. And it's apparent that the Hook family, whether they actually were initially in the right or not, they have now taken it way too far to the point where they're making themselves just as far more villainous than Alex Jones was, because Alex Jones was originally going off of stuff that he was given to from people who were at the time he thought were reliable. And you know what, sometimes you get bad information too. I don't know why it never gets brought into conversation. Like, you're not going to be right on everything. And he even said it himself. And it happens to literally every human being on the planet. And that's the precedent we're using to go against him. Insane.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too, is that even on FNT, Alex Jones basically said he got bad information. You know, this is and he admits he's wrong and he apologized. So I mean that's
apologize multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah. I mean it's fucked up that they've been doing this, you know, to him.
And the information that he got, I think, was that there were actors there.
Yeah. All right, so let's go and get some super chats and Green Machine Rant, starting off with Roll the Wretched, who's coming in with the big 50. Okay, proud to report that yesterday, Wesley Wednesday was the most successful yet. Don't break the momentum, people. Let's make next Wednesday even better. Now we just need to get culture to 30K so we can get the full body wax.
Ain't happening, bro. Love you. I love you. Ain't happening, bro.
No, we don't want Wesley Wednesday to go anymore. I don't need anybody else DMing me images of Wesley Crutcher.
I feel
What's
like
his name?
Wesley Crusher.
Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway.
Will Wheat Toast.
Indeed.
Ooh, oh, thanks, Roland. We needed that cash.
Yeah, Tox has to get a new computer.
Yeah, I do.
TVG Monster for $2 says, hi, comics and everyone. Happy Thursday.
Hello.
Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday. It's a Thursday. Happy Thursday to you.
He also gifted a membership. Thank you, sir.
Hey, that's very nice. Thank you.
Very nice.
It's a very nice. See, I can do the voices.
Yeah, he's nice. Also, TVG Monster for $2. Well, may Rachel never know a successful movie or career.
She won't.
I hope
she hasn't yet. Why? What makes you think it could be possible?
Yeah. No, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
Save
Tooth Raptor sent an email of more ship pictures. No worries about missing last show. It's all good. I modified the ship a bit. Okay. Well, I sent him an email apologizing that I didn't.
You are such a nice boy. I actually show his stuff on my show, so you know.
So did I. We just went like 45 minutes late.
Nice boy. The dude's 50. Gee whiz.
What?
Yeah. Also, AJ Speaks joined as a member for All by the $4. Welcome back, AJ.
AJ!
Also, Agmar WK for $1.99. Good evening, brochachos. Hail the panel.
By the way,
chat.
Agmar.
I just want to say this. I think we need an official brochachos. like a moji.
We need a brochacho shirt.
We need a brochacho shirt.
Yes.
Oh, I should probably design one of those. Well, if you want to like a
with
brochacho, we could do like
sombrero.
A whale penis burrito or
No,
something.
no. The
That sounds absolutely fucking disgusting, man. Why
the
would you say that?
brochacho is a sombrero with a wicked mustache. I think a brochacho.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right. Also, Angmar WK for gifting a membership.
Wow.
Thank you.
Everybody's doubling up tonight, and I like it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Also, say it. Culture.
Say it.
Global Tetrahedron, the company that bought InfoWars, is the same company that bought The Onion when they had to sell. It was made from an Onion joke of the global company that will own everything, if I understand correctly. Yeah, the whole situation is kind of it's fucking weird. Who originally owned The Onion? Was it Geo Media?
It was a joke. It was a douche.
Because they were part of that one larger conglomerate of
well, okay, Geo Media owned a lot of things, and they don't so much anymore.
Yeah, it was Geo Media that owned them.
Yeah,
so I guess they sold them off.
And you realize that Geo Media lost Deadspin, but unfortunately, they're still tied up in that you were calling a little kid a racist who was actually of Indian descent. You douches. And all the other things that they lost. They lost Jezebel. Well, that's a shame.
Jalopnik.
Yeah. They still have media AV Club, AV Media Club AV
Club AV, I think is what it's called.
Oh,
Club AV.
Yeah. And they I mean, they suck, man. I mean, look, Kotaku has like 6 employees now.
Yep.
6.
Oh, darn.
Well, I mean, come on now.
Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $2 says The Onion did not buy InfoWars. They went to court and offered to pay for it in installments over time. That's not how bankruptcy works. Yeah, that's the one thing I forgot to mention was the fact that they were wanting to make installments, which is kind of weird.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Judge got mad and stopped it. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But the fact that the arbitrator accepted that is ridiculous.
It is.
Well, it means the arbitrator should be removed from Earth. I mean, from their ability to do that.
Out of Canada to the Sun type removed from Earth?
No,
anyway.
It's fine.
All right.
In Minecraft.
Welcome to
In
Earth.
Minecraft. Yeah. Default 101. Liberal Hive Mind. Post on X that apparently ABC is looking for conservative voices to balance out the view.
They are.
I'd love to go on just to
I have a video coming out about that in like 12 minutes on my channel.
You releasing videos while we're in the middle of a show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Show wouldn't air, but FAFO. Fuck around to find out. Yeah.
So you know what would balance out the view? About 3.5 tons.
Oh.
Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $1 says also, did you hear 12 high profile Dims declined to be for VP before she settled on Walls? I heard that Shapiro basically said, no.
Yeah, Shapiro's like, no, I want a real chance for fucking
we all kind of called that and said, why would any of them commit political suicide for her?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Lindsay would be great.
If I were her, I would have balled up as a woman and asked Hillary to be my VP. I think I would have come out, I would sit on Twitter, Hillary Clinton is the woman I need, put it out there and all that stuff. That would have been balls.
As soon as she got inaugurated, something very terrible would have happened to Kamala.
How did you know I was going to do a fat joke?
She was Arkansas.
Yeah. Also, get ready, talks.
Why?
Legalize the hood.
There
Rolling
it
in
is.
for Hyundai. Says, meet the Biden admin. Play the clip, talks.
Which one? Oh, this one.
How you doing?
Yeah, but you were.
Bitches leave.
G Poppy. Bye.
G Biden. Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
After Culture made that sound, I'm going to have to leave the stream with a headache.
I had plenty of voices. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
No,
You just did.
I really don't. I would like to read this. Legalized Adult gifted 20 memberships. Thank you.
There it is.
Wow.
There's more. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
I can mute me, but not him.
My head hurts now.
Now I don't.
All right,
feel bad
people
for any
101
of
talk
his
so.
headaches.
Instead of Wesley Crusher Wednesday, we can just do Will Milquetoast Wheaton memes instead. Be careful what you wish for. We will Wesley crush you. Chat tail. Let's have fun. Indeed, I agree.
I feel like they
so
work for
all the
Globo
Wesley
Gym.
people.
They work
Globo
for
Gym.
Globo Gym.
We will.
So I
Blazer.
saw
Laser. Hold on.
How you doing?
All you Wesley people.
Bitches leave.
There you go. And for you, Legalized Adulthood, thank you so much. I can't tell you, Comics was about to go out and do some, work at the Glory Hole to try and make some stuff happen for himself this week, and you have bailed him out. So thank you.
You made some stuff happen for him.
Made some stuff not happen.
Well,
So
yeah.
apparently, what that
Some
means
stuff.
is that, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it, Culture will be at the Glory Hole this weekend.
Not at all.
Oh, there it is.
All right, King
Well,
of Rooster for 10.
where do you pull from the glory hole? From the beard or from the long head of hair?
Wow.
Oh God, I've never heard that before.
That's awful.
That's it.
All right.
I'm sorry, Culture. It's not true.
I feel very embittered towards Nick now.
Embittered?
Embittered. Yes.
What do you belong in an old fashioned? I don't get it. Oh,
No.
bitters. I'm sorry.
What's an old fashioned?
It's one of the best drinks ever created.
Oh, you're talking about the drink. I was thinking about
Hey,
the
dude, where the
It's
fuck are
handy.
you? All right, King Rooster for $10 says, I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
How many
see
times
that
did you
in
practice
comics?
that
Pretty
before
good.
you read
I'm
it?
not going to try and say that fast.
Well, I was going to go for it.
You know what? You get
Bravo.
$1. You actually said it right. You guys are making me cry. All right, let's go.
Are you crying? Never mind.
With us or against us?
Are they happy tears or sad tears? Okay, Brian McCann for $5. Comics. I forgot. What's your favorite werewolf? The Apocalypse Tribe, and can you give the others in your opinion their tribes? My favorite tribe, honestly, is the Glasswalkers. They are one of my favorite. And I'm also a bit of a fan of the Shadow Lords as well. So let's see. And can you give the others in your opinion on their tribes?
I think he's
I don't know
asking for the rest of the
anything
panel.
I don't
but
think- I know
I have
nothing
no idea
about
what we're
tribe.
talking about.
Yeah,
I
it's
spent my
Werewolf
life-
the Apocalypse. It's a tabletop game.
I spent my life eating pizza, so unfortunately I'm retarded.
Is there a sparkly vampire tribe?
No.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Culture's beard is long.
Twilight the
Holy
Gathering.
crud.
Nobody heard that? Okay, whatever. He does have a glorious beard.
Okay.
No, seriously, that
okay.
thing- that- he's like a gnome.
I'm gonna give my guess on what I think that my fellow panel members, what tribes they would be. I honestly think that Jason would also be a Glasswalker. I think that Tox would be a Get Offenders because he's so angry.
The only reason I am angry. Oh wait, all right. I'm not going to say that on stream. I'm going to calm down. It's fine. I'm going to calm down. Calm down. I sent you an email with the intro in it for that fucking intro.
I'm still waiting for it to come in. What email address do you send it to?
comicsdivision@gmail.com.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Good song.
I'll do it again. I can't even
I
fucking send
think
emails.
I think that Culture would be a Fianna.
I think
Is
you might
that
be
the
right.
gay
What's up,
werewolves?
Fianna?
No,
Is that like the Amazons?
they're
All
Irish. They're
women
Irish
tribe?
werewolves.
Oh, the Irish. Okay. Okay.
I can see that.
You may have actually just described the last character sheet I played, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think Tom's right. Oh no, he's gay.
Yes.
Oh, he's
It's gay. Oh no.
No.
I'm totally blanking on the rest of the tribes. So it's like I'm trying to figure out what Nick would be.
Culture did a cover of a song. Sitting on the cock of a gay, as opposed to sitting on the dock of the bay.
Hey,
That
you
was
just
Culture.
wait for you wait.
Sitting
Me and my
on the
brother-in-law
cock
are
of
doing.
a gay.
Oh, Black Santa, bam bam. Whoa, Black Santa, bam
You're
bam.
blowing Black Santa? What the hell?
You're gonna do Black Santa?
Blow Black Santa. Culture's going
Okay,
down. Blow
I
Black Santa.
think Nick would either be a bone gnawer or a child of Gaia.
Actually,
bone gnawer?
What is what?
Whoa,
Okay,
what these
bone
are.
gnawers are kind of like, a lot of them are kind of like homeless, but they're kind of like,
dude. Okay,
I picked the two chill
Nick,
werewolf tribes from Nick.
Nick. I'm gonna class you up, dude. You're a Wendigo.
Bless me up. I don't care what
Nick. You're a Wendigo, dude.
I don't think he's a Wendigo.
He is. Why are you being mean to him? Holy shit!
It's okay. You can roast me.
How was he being
I'm
mean?
good
He
with
just
it.
called him a homeless bum.
Yeah, he just called me a bum. It's okay. I appreciate that culture, but it's okay. I'm not
Yeah.
above it.
See, I feel like Nick is a seeker, so he's gonna try to destroy the worm within him. I think that's. I think that's.
Oh, the
that dude.
tapeworm that I have? Yeah.
Like the RFK brainworm?
The RFK.
Not well. Okay, so the other thing too is that not all bone gnawers are homeless. But anyway, that's just kind of one of the things. For Brahma, I honestly,
Brahma, he's the hairless werewolf.
I think Brahma might be a Shadow Lord.
Okay. What are their characteristics?
Actually, no, it's not. You're not a schemer.
No.
They smoke. They drink. Yeah.
They don't come home at all.
I'm looking at the list.
Play games.
I'm looking at the list of tribes. I think I might fit the Stargazers tribe a little
Would
bit.
you actually fit the Stargazers? Okay.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
definitely is a stargazer.
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe
God.
not.
All right.
Maybe
Now,
not the astrology.
Did you put the
part.
link in there? I have to. No. Okay, then I'm a stargazer.
Yeah, I
because
will.
I'm
I will.
I'm
I will
I'm
put
You're
it.
super gayer. Yes.
Well, Tox could either be a Wendigo or Uktuna. Uktuna.
Okay, all right. I'm psychic. I'm starting to get something right now from Beyond. It's telling me that Culture Casino is gay. Yes, that's what I'm getting from Beyond. Is that?
And honestly, I think the most beastly here has to be Brahma. So I think you didn't place him correctly. I think
What
you
is this
talked-
Magic the Gathering that we're looking at?
No.
Werewolf the
Werewolf
Apocalypse.
The apocalypse?
Yeah.
Werewolf the
Werewolf
The
Apoc.
Just Google werewolf
this.
tribes and you can
All
see
I
it.
know is at least
I put a
3 of
link
us
to the
as
list of
werewolves
tribes.
still have kennel cough.
Oh, it's a video. I don't want to.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
Okay.
I have it
Bosie and
right now.
Boney. Great news, y'all. I'm over the moon. The GCA was monetized this week. Hayden 75,
All right.
ABF, myself, and the rest of us got here because of your support. Hey, fantastic. man.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Mo.
There's a whole nother wave of channels monetizing lately.
That's
Yep.
good. Legalized
Tricking
Adulthood
us to
also.
follow you like a hooker.
Indeed. Legalized Adulthood also gifted $20 because comics is so tall that if you stacked up the national debt in stacks of $1 bills, it would only come up to his ankles.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
one more
funny.
time.
How you doing? Bitches leave.
G Poppy. Bye.
Keep Biden. Bye.
Now, are we just
also,
talking
Parenthood-
the Garou Nation tribes, or are
Yes.
we talking the Beast Court tribes, or the Worm Eater
the
tribes?
Garou Nation tribes.
Just the Garou Nation. Okay, all right. Well, definitely not a Black Furry. I don't even know what that is.
Black
It's not
Fury. They're all females anyway. That's the reason why none
It's
of you.
furries. It says
Fury.
I know. I
Black,
understand.
Black
Okay,
Furies.
fine.
All right. Parenthood for
Wendigos. When do you need to
$149
go?
with a rainbow, and also Wolverine Schnicked. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. That was very kind of you.
Oh wow.
So, based off that list, what do you think tribe wise?
Well, I'm trying to read what they are now.
Okay. Well, we can get back
By
to
the
it.
way, is my video stuttering again?
No, dude.
I'm
little
trying to
bit.
find a link
Yeah.
that Jason put so I
Is
can
it?
click on that. I think the internet's been sucking.
Dude, the internet's been weird for people.
The
last
internet
few
is,
days.
I think,
it has been
Democrat.
really funky.
I keep changing my bit rate and it doesn't help, and I don't know what I've got to do to get this fixed. It's very annoying.
We had issues on Mead 2 nights ago. on the stream. It was weird. It was working fine on X, but on YouTube there was issues. It was really odd. It was crazy. And I know earlier that day, I think Jeremy and Ryan on their Tuesday on their morning show, they're having issues as well. So yeah, YouTube's had a funky week this week.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So yeah, let's talk about Rachel Zegler before we get too deep into stuff. I guess we're kind of already deep in the stuff.
Oh,
anyway.
we're already deep.
Balls deep.
Real quick, since we were talking Alex Jones, wanted to point out another possible government overreach that's happening in the same way by the FBI. Polymarket's CEO was raided by the FBI this morning.
I heard
Was
about
this
that.
morning? I thought it was yesterday.
Yeah,
May have been yesterday.
They got to
morning.
get everything in before January 20th because all this stuff's going to stop.
Mhm.
They're pumping as much money in through the laundromat as they can.
Yep.
Before all this happens.
Yeah, I wonder just how much panic the Matt Gaetz thing has set off. Really.
Dude.
Well, they are.
I think
they're-
it's probably pissed off a
They-
lot of people.
Yeah, they're terrified. And you already have that one bitch that says no, but you know what Thune had to do? In order to not be primaried, he had to say, you know what, I'm going along with this shit. Because Musk is having none of it. He already threatened him, says, yo, bitches, you fucking don't follow up on this agenda shit that the American public just said.
Mm.
I'm going to raise money and take all of you down.
Yeah, he said he'd primary them.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there was a deal done for Thune to get it, and it
Well, there
involves,
was. He has to allow recess appointments.
Yeah, and not
I
only
think
that,
they will get them for all of them. I think Recess will do everything. They'll do all of it.
and it will. And then if they try to revisit it, it'll be slapped down. But look, that one bitch is like a C word, dude. I get
Murkowski?
out. No, that Soyda, I don't give two shit.
Sotomayor.
No. That's a fucking judge.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fucking Senate bitch. What the fuck is her name?
Well,
Soyda?
there's
Soto?
two women that
What
have
is
come
it?
out against him. One was Murkowski.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they didn't like the fact that he didn't back down to the AOC. Fuck that.
Oh, did you see AOC removed her pronouns from her Twitter?
Yeah, because she's
Yeah,
getting
I saw
smashed.
that.
That's a win.
Dude.
That's fucking hilarious.
The fact that she actually does that, wait till that really gets around and her own crowd that had voted for
They're
her
gonna be
are
pissed.
that alone is going to piss them off.
Yep.
Oh, man. I know we've been talking about this for a few years now, but I think back in like 01, 02, I think when I said where do I feel like the pendulum is at, I think I said it was around 95, 97% to left. I think now we're at the point we're at the 20% mark. 20% mark, maybe teetering on 25. I didn't think I said it was going to be around 10 to 15 years, but if we keep going at this rate, it might be around 5 to 10 years. If it goes at the rate that it's going. This is nuts where we're going with all stuff. But hey, I'm enjoying it. And you know what? Zegler apologized for what she said earlier too.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would
okay,
have never happened 3 years ago.
It never would have happened, but I think there's probably several factors that is playing into that.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, there's the Gina Carano lawsuit, which is pretty fucking huge. And as long as people like Rachel Zegler continue to do that shit, they're basically making her case. So, Culture, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Disney actually made her apologize?
I think Culture took a break.
Culture will be back, but I'll just say we all know that she did. I'll just be the obvious guy because we all know this. I'm not saying anything shocking here. She apologized because she was given the marching orders. Now that the Disney's in the position that they're in, with not just the money issues, but obviously with where our culture is now shifting. And then you got on top of it the Gina case to round it off, on top of a series of bombs with the occasional outlier, obviously Inside Out 2 and Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, this, and also Rachel Zegler on top of it as well. I mean, she was the reason movies pushed back a whole entire year. And then she was going on and on again, and now she's adding on again. She is literally the one who likes to add more gasoline to the fire.
Yeah, I mean, she really has been fucking toxic waste to
the liability. She's like
yeah.
the Mark Waid of movies. She's the Mark Waid of movies.
I think the other part of it too is the timing, because she does this right before the earnings call, And there's no mention of the Snow White project during the earnings call today because they've spent so much gobs of money on this thing. But for her to go out there and do this right before this PR thing that they've got to do, it's egg on their face again.
Mhm.
And I think they're feeling a little bit more sensitive to it now. Maybe post-election, maybe it's just, finally we're just at the point where that enough is enough, and they slap her down because she has had so many of these incidents now.
Oh yeah, I mean, she
I would think
basically,
it's
while
Disney.
promoting Snow White, said "Free Palestine," and
Yeah.
like her,
with her Jewish co-star.
with her, not just Jewish co-star, Israeli co-star.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure Gal Gadot appreciated that comment.
Well, she was also a member of the IDF.
She served in the IDF.
Yeah, there's that too. Well, I mean, that's most Israelis.
Well,
citizens, but-
everybody does.
Yeah. So anyway, she basically said that she hopes that all Trump supporters and Donald Trump knows no peace. Yeah, that there's a God. I mean, it's just again talking about the whole thing with the celebrity meltdowns that we're kind of seeing regarding this shit. So she apologized. Hi everyone. I'd like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding. And I am sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. No, you're not. You're being forced to do this shit.
Yeah.
This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion. Oh, well, thank you for realizing that people are entitled to have their own opinions that aren't shared.
You realize that now, after the amount of damage you caused, on top of being told to say that several years, now that we're in a position, like currently in, once again, our culture, our society, where it's a lot more, I guess we have to say, more socially acceptable to say a statement like this. She will never say anything like this during the height of the lockdowns, 2019, even 2021, where the poke was going around, would have not happened during any of this time. But now that we're in a part where, no, and also I'd even to add to this, a time where Elon Musk owns Twix, I feel like that still, I don't think we realize how much that alone changed the game and have brought that voice back to conversation, that they can now say things without being silenced, and on top of it can also counter these types of things and have people be able to have their opinions be heard. So that I feel like does get subtle credit in that regard too. Yeah, she's not in that position yet where she's also, this isn't 2018 where they get to dominate every single aspect of the conversation. Now she's got actual genuine pushback.
Yep. Okay, so let me finish reading this. Even with it differs from my own, I am committed to contributing positively towards a better tomorrow. Bull fucking shit. Culture, what are your thoughts? Do you think that she was forced to apologize?
I know she was forced to apologize.
Elaborate.
Look, this happened on the worst possible set of days. Disney was going into what we call an earnings meeting. They needed to at least get this out in front of the world, which they couldn't, despite the fact that they've now filmed this movie twice. And
Jesus Christ.
And you have to understand that this was the second earnings call in a row leading into this movie that they couldn't promote it at all. They said not one word. This bitch was told after. Do you realize how many videos got made talking about her crazy bullshit? Thanks to Stephanie actually publicizing this.
Yeah.
It's
apparently
ridiculous.
Steph was the one that dug this up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I said, thank you, Steph. I actually thanked her in my video. I promoted her in my video because this is one of those times where it's like, we have reached a no bullshit moment for Disney.
Yeah.
I've got a video dropping here, or it was going to drop a little bit ago, but it's going to drop as I go to bed. But I have a video dropping about the fact that Disney is desperately scrambling for conservatives. They are so fucked, it's ridiculous.
I
And they know
honestly
it.
thought they would be the last one to do this.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, to hear that they're trying to get conservatives on the View, and again, hopefully, they're not just getting conservatives that agree with the Democrats. They're
Oh,
actually
gonna be.
true
We should
conservatives and have a
not-
counterpoint.
We should
know, I
not be
wonder-
surprised by this. Go
I
ahead,
wonder
Jason,
if-
and I'll make
I'm
my point.
I wonder if Scott, what's his name? Was it Jennings? Scott
Jennings.
Scott Jennings.
I wonder if his popularity and his ascendancy has probably kind of fueled some of this, where they're saying, we need something like that on The View before we get caught behind.
Yeah, the problem is he has a penis, so he can't be on there.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll be a press secretary.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, none of this should really be surprising.
No.
And the reason that I say that is communism works until you run out of other people's money.
Yeah.
Disney had a gift in Star Wars to bring in the other half of society, the boys, that they have been needing to continue to expand. And then what did they do? They destroyed it. They didn't even give it a chance. They handed it to Kathleen Kennedy, who completely destroyed it. This last show that they did, whatever it was, with Lesbian Headlamp or whatever her name is, whatever.
Yep.
Disgustingly awful. I could not watch 15 minutes of that at the beginning at all to even get in to watch it with any stuff here. So
Well, now, to be
they've
fair,
run out of
Tark,
other people's money everywhere. CNN doesn't have any money, all that stuff there. And it just proves, like the stars who got paid to shill for Kamala at the end,
and then the ones that didn't.
all that money's coming out of the industrial complex, and that pipeline will be cut off within the first 72 hours of Jan 20th, unless Hakeem Jeffries 2025.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. If he
You know
doesn't
what?
make it, right? If he doesn't make it, all that stuff will be
Cox, shut up.
I watched
Culture,
him
I've had
highlight
enough of your
himself.
shit this week.
You realize it's a
Oh.
rabbit foot, right?
By the way, since you guys brought up Steph, I'm assuming you're talking My Nerdy Home.
My Nerdy Home.
I mean, we
yes.
could
Oh, yeah,
name her
Steph, she's
channel.
Oh, yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
At first, I had to tell Tox to shut up. Okay.
How much
Well,
of this?
now-
I mean, we're saying it's Disney, but do you think her agent's sitting there going, "Yeah, shut up"?
No,
and,
it's everybody.
I'm sure the agent wrote this apology.
Yeah, it's like she has no future in Hollywood right now. She has not had a winning movie yet. They've all been dog shit.
She's so dumb she'll do it again within minutes.
Oh, she will. That's she. Once again, she's the movie version of Mark Waid. Even if she has to put out the public statement, like saying, "Oh, I lost it. I lost my cool. Got emotional," stuff like that. She will do it again because they straight up. She's that, when usually people say they can't or they won't, it's usually 9 times out of 10. It's just that they won't. She's a rare instance where she actually cannot help herself because she sees everything with ideological lenses first.
And let's be honest, she's not hot enough to be that dumb.
Yeah, you are correct. My question is, do you guys think that her career with Disney is over at this point?
Too soon to tell. I'd
Too
say
soon.
wait until Snow White bombs and then have a good conversation after.
And it will bomb.
Oh, I just want to see how huge it
That
bombs.
milk toast statement makes no difference. The damage
They'll probably
is
move her
done.
into Marvel next.
Yeah, yeah, right. They might just move her over. Oh, just move
I
it over to
think-
Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm.
Well, I mean, because
is
we know that Disney has a type, right? I mean, they recycle actors for various properties. Just look at Freckle Jesus. Okay,
Yes.
she was in Star Trek, and then she was in
Nobody wanted her.
yeah, she was in one of the Marvel shows, the Falcon,
She was
Captain America,
Captain America and
Bucky show. And then she was also in Willow. And I mean, they do this shit all the time with
They're
these actors.
Yeah, we're going to use you for all of our woke shit, and you will have no career when we're done.
Well, wait a minute. This could be their master plan. Maybe they're using her as a tax write-off. Like, they want tax write-offs. They put her in their property. They know they're going to get a tax write-off.
Well,
So-
I think Rachel Zegler is going to be relegated to guest starring roles on TV shows for the next 4 or 5 years. She's going to have to rebuild her career as it is.
On the
no matter
gardening
what
channel. or something.
No matter what happens with
Gardening
Snow White.
channel.
Yeah.
And
But
she will
to Tox's-
plug those shows down the well too. Whatever show
Yeah,
that
but-
is, she'll drain them down too.
To Tox's point earlier, though, about Disney wanting to go after the boys, it's not just Star Wars where they did this, because they started with John Carter.
And that
And-
fucked the dog.
And it
Really?
didn't, there's a whole story behind that, and I will take every opportunity I can to recommend the book, John Carter and the Gods of Hollywood. This story about Hollywood trying to adapt the Barsoom novels goes back decades.
They've been trying to do it forever.
But what happened with this particular one is office politics on the John Carter project, but then also the fact that they bought Marvel. And then they bought Lucasfilm, and they said, "Oh, we don't need John Carter anymore. We've got these two fully baked, ready to go boy brands, and we'll just use them." And the problem is that they go through them, and then, like Chris Gore was talking about, you turn them into girl brands, and then suddenly they don't have any value anymore.
Yeah.
And they haven't gained Disney anything. I don't even know if they've had any kind of a profit at all, if they're in the black on Star Wars yet. After how many years? 12 years now they bought
Yes,
Lucasfilm?
12 years. 12
Yeah,
years.
it's 12 years. Mhm.
It's ridiculous. And then to come out there and say, we've still got Taika Waititi's project and Sean Levy's project and Ryan Johnson's trilogy. It's like, no, you don't.
All
You
those
don't
things
have
aren't going to happen for 1,000, Alex.
None of this is going to be. The Ray movie's not going to happen. Ken Burke's movie, maybe,
No.
but I don't even think that one's going to do. James
Well,
Mangold.
the Kinberg isn't. No, that's the new trilogy that they're trying to
That's a new
sell, right?
trilogy. James
Okay, so-
Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi probably is the only one that's got a shot. Barely, maybe, because it's not connected to anything else.
And
Okay,
it doesn't
so
feature
I don't
Rey.
even think that one's going to go.
So
Doesn't feature Rey.
we're hearing coming out of Disney that basically Rey is like the only thing they have left in Star Wars at this point. The phrasing on it's kind of weird. Let me pull the article up. 'cause
That's like opening the fridge and
covered
finding
in
like
there.
a 6-week-old taco in there, and that's the only thing. That's all you've got left.
seriously, dude.
Look, to be fair, Daisy Ridley is an okay performer, but she keeps getting crap material. And I haven't seen her in any of these indie films that she's been a producer on, because she's doing kind of the same thing Sydney Sweeney's doing. Yeah, I can't get any good stuff, so I'm going to go find my own stuff and develop my own projects and take control of my career, which is a smart thing for her to do, especially in the aftermath of Star Wars, where she didn't have a career.
right.
She's got to rebuild. Same thing as like Robert Pattinson after Twilight. He goes and does a bunch of indie art films to show people the boy can act.
Yeah.
And he does The Lighthouse, and
he
everybody's raving about his
he
performance.
played he played himself in The Lighthouse.
Yeah, he's got to.
He's
you
not
got to
an actor.
recover.
No,
But
he's not
I
an
think
actor.
Daisy Ridley is trying to do the same thing now.
Have you seen?
but-
did you see that Channel Swim bullshit?
I did not.
Yeah, nobody else did either.
But Ginger Ninja's got a point. Sydney Sweeney has tits. Ridley
That's
doesn't.
right.
Well, actually, they're flotation devices. So in the
Mhm.
swimming film, she would have been at a disadvantage.
Daisy Ridley's got the veil guard body, really.
The veil guard. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they say that, oh God, that tweet that they put out, I think basically says all. And I have it bookmarked. Let me pull it up. It is fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious to think that basically, and this is coming from the Disney insiders too, saying that she is basically the only thing they have left of any value, and that's messed up. Okay,
That's all they have left to bank on is Ray.
Let me pull this up. So
Well, and the thing about it is the other aspect to that, the other layer to that is how much of a dig that is at Favreau, because Favreau's working on the Mandalorian movie, and he's got this whole plan, reportedly, for this Mandoverse thing, and they're taking basically it's a backhanded shot at him, because if Ray's the only thing, well, he's not involved in any of that.
Yeah, so they're saying the most. The funny thing is they use coveted. Ray's not a coveted character, by the way. The most coveted weapon in the Star Wars movie arsenal is the character Rey Skywalker. Yeah.
I don't know anyone in real life that would say that.
Yeah. Since the revival of Simon Kinberg has signed on for the new trilogy, debate is focused on whether or not it would be a continuation of the Skywalker saga. Star Wars movies race for Rey and the future of the franchise. Okay, if you're banking the future of your franchise on this character, you're fucked. Okay, Star Wars is already dead. I mean, who are we kidding? This franchise is burnt fucking toast.
I mean, at this point, Mark Hamill is so hated that you could just bring him back as Luke Skywalker, like they did with Palpatine, but have him be on the dark side and just flip it around again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is a douche.
Yeah, well, pretty much at this point, I would argue that he's caused more damage, brand damage to Star Wars than fucking Rune Johnson.
I would agree.
Amongst the nerd
side, somebody said he deleted a bunch of his super lefty tweets.
Mark Cuban did?
Yeah.
Did he self-delete them?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Oh, that was good. Self-delete though.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. I mean,
I'm surprised
Disney they're fucked, guys. They are massively fucked.
Yeah,
they have to course correct. And I honestly thought out of anyone in Hollywood, they were going to be dead fucking last. But now we're hearing that they want to have more conservative voices. And the funny thing about it, the reason why they're in this position to begin with, and I'm going to just take this down, is because they didn't have any voices in the opposition, right? They basically filled everything from The View to Star Wars to Marvel with these, far left progressives, and they existed in their own echo chamber for the last 12 fucking years and didn't realize what the rest of America was like. So, obviously on November 6th, it was a very fucking rude awakening again. Shouldn't have been a surprise, but obviously it was for them. That not only did Trump get the popular vote, but he also got the Electoral College. So yeah, they have to come to terms with the fact that the people they've been calling racist and sexist and misogynistic and homophobic and transphobic for the last 12 years is the majority.
Yeah,
I think they're being reactionary. I think they're being reactionary, and what they're doing is buying time to decide whether they're going to try to stick in the fight for the next 4 years, because all of Hollywood thinks, we're the ones who have to stand up to Trump because our voices are important. Yeah, and they're not.
That's by the way, voices are not. Dude, if let's just put if there was any one endorsement that should have, I guess you should say, move the needle for her. If I had to have taken a major guess, which one would have done the major mark, I would probably think Taylor Swift. That didn't do anything. Do a thing. And I honestly thought
none of it did. None of the celebrity endorsements meant shit.
But I thought if there was one that could have done that, because I've seen that crowd and they are robots, I thought maybe that could have been the one that could have done it, but didn't. It didn't move the needle.
What needle was
all.
It going to move? Because she already had all white women voting for her.
I'm about
or
to
all
destroy,
leftist white women.
I'm about to destroy a video I wanted to do.
Okay.
Destroy it.
Okay. Damn it. Anyway. All right.
I mean,
talk about here and then talk about
go ahead, Culture. So what you
if it makes you feel better, I wasn't going to watch it anyway.
Oh, I know.
You make videos, Culture.
I know. I'm going to give you something that I think is bold. Okay, so here we go. Everybody out there, this was going to be me, but now it's all of us, which is probably better. Comcast, Disney, and IBM are among advertisers returning to X after ad freeze.
Just in time for the celebrities to go the other way.
I saw that today. That's fucking hilarious.
They can wave at the celebrities as they leave.
This is real.
This is real. This is huge. It's not that long ago that it broke. So Elon Musk's ties with Donald Trump might spur some advertisers to think spending on X is good for business. No shit.
Maybe
Dude, the fact that you left because you didn't want to be in the group of wrong think fucked your business up. It also fucked up your mindset. And this is ridiculous. I don't think I get the whole article because I'm not a subscriber to Adweek. But if
dude,
you,
this is huge.
it is.
This is diabolical. They all came back after like, we're not standing for Elon Musk.
Hang on real quick because I keep seeing chats about this. So Andy said, and I know somebody else said it, I think it was John that said it. He says, just send a video. They blocked the sale. Yeah, we talked about that. So yeah, we talked about that at the very beginning. So if you are just joining us now, we've already addressed it.
So this chick's not happy at Adweek because she's obviously aligned with the super lefties. But she says X's former top advertisers include Comcast, IBM, Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Lionsgate. They have resumed their ad spending. Well, one of the reasons they did is because it's the most important platform. And the blue sky bullshit with the trans butterfly that they have as their logo. And by the way, that is a trans butterfly.
Symbolism.
So, you know.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all coming back home. Why? Because this is where the conversation is. It's where the influencers are. It's where the people who pay attention are. It's where the money is.
Well, that's one thing I was going to bring up too, is the whole thing with blue sky culture. Because the lefties seem to be abandoning Twitter for blue sky.
Go. Look, it's better for everybody. And I'm going to tell you, when was the last time they abandoned something? Oh, they went to Threads. How'd that work out?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure they'll be back.
When was the last time? Before that, Mastodon. And before that, it was Hive. And before that, I mean, we can go through a list of failed social media platforms that all these celebrities.
You could also do True Social. That's failed.
That's it.
Minds has failed. Getter has failed.
Yes.
Was it Parler failed?
Parler, yeah. Well, they killed
Parler was deplatformed.
Parler is
I understand that. Yeah, I know they're back, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they don't matter. Minds doesn't matter. Parler doesn't matter.
Everybody's on X. Everybody's
Instagram
on X.
doesn't matter. Nope. Okay, Facebook barely matters. No. The only thing that Facebook matters to is certain people in the 20 to 30 range and people over 50. Really, that's it.
Actually, keeping in touch with family and friends from high school, that kind of thing.
That's pretty much it. That's the only demographic that's really going on there.
You're forgetting the most important people that matters to. The EU, so they can find them every month.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, another $900 million today, kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, so all of these other social media platforms have failed. It's why Elon Musk, who is literally one of the most intelligent people on the planet,
bought it.
Bought Twitter
for too much.
No, I don't think he did. I think he undervalued it, because if it wasn't for him buying Twitter, he wouldn't have gotten what he got this year.
Different value, right?
It's worth it to save civilization.
Well, that, but
and that tells you that his motivation.
It wasn't different. Monetary. Yeah,
it wasn't monetary. He's played games like this before, though. So Tesla, he released all the patents and said, "Okay, BMW,
do whatever
you're
going
to try to rush a electric car out to the market. Here. We're doing it better. Here's the patents for it."
And they couldn't do it.
No, they did it, but he built the battery factory, and his batteries are far more efficient. So now all the EVs that are coming out are basically having to buy the batteries from him. So he created a market because he knew Tesla was not going to be a big enough market in and of itself.
Right.
He needed other companies to succeed along with it.
So look at the
rocket
rocket
could then
stuff.
sell them all the batteries.
Well, yeah.
So look at the rocket stuff.
He killed Boeing. Boeing's dead.
Boeing is trying to sell their capsule to somebody else and get out of this contract because they're screwed. They've lost money. That's their big, heavy shot going to the moon thing. The only way that you do something that big is if you get the entire country going in that one direction, like they did in the 60s. The 60s, 80% of the country was doing something for the space program. Okay. Yeah. So unless you do that, which nobody's going to be around and doing that stuff now, you're going to have to get there in the smaller ways. So what does he have? He has Starlink. Smaller rural areas, they can go into disaster areas, all the stuff
Global
things are
areas.
there, smallest stuff in there. And he built up his own rocket technology to launch those things in space. What is everybody using? Falcon, regular, to go up because it's cheaper. And they're only starting to have some issues with their Falcons now because of the volume that they're doing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right? So he's building that up. So Boeing couldn't get their own people down from the space station. So he pulled them down. And who got the contract to dive the space station when the International Space Station is going to end in 5 years?
Yeah, Elon
Musk got that and the only people that aren't giving him money are the government, because they don't like him. So he said, screw you, I'll do my own thing.
Yeah. And he's winning. He's winning across the board, but there's 100,000 reasons he's winning. Starlink isn't just about a global internet thing, which he's pushing. It's also global cellular communications. He's going to put all the cell phone companies out of business.
Well, it's also his plan for interplanetary
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah, exactly. X is going to be his motivation to buy Twitter was to make the everything platform.
Yeah.
So
well, the other thing too that's important about it, you said put them out of business. I don't think it's going to put them out of business. I think it's going to spur them to compete, because that's one of the biggest issues that we've been running into, not just with this country,
because
but
of monopolies. Yeah,
in business in general, is the fact that there is no
monopoly.
competition. And this is one of the things I've mentioned with the consolidation that we're seeing in the entertainment industry, with these studios buying up one another. Back in the heyday of Hollywood, you had all this competition between these different studios, and all that is fucking gone. And it's the exact same thing we've been seeing, as you mentioned. Monopoly is one of the biggest killers of innovation.
Same in gaming.
Yeah, same thing with
Not
gaming.
just
Sorry,
Hollywood.
Coach, I didn't mean to
Gaming
cut you
does
off.
the same thing. Imagine how much more effective Elon's businesses are going to be, especially SpaceX, with less regulations from the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's any
they've
industry,
been
really.
holding up everything he's been doing.
Mhm.
I mean, he could launch, I don't know how many more times missions than they have, if you didn't have to have all the regulations trying to keep a private party from doing all these launches.
Didn't I just see he's doing six launches in 6 days here? Coming up here in the next week or so.
Yeah, and you know what?
Is he
You
really
know what?
launching that many rockets?
He made a deal. He made a deal with.
Hang on, let Culture speak.
He made a deal with NASA to go up and rescue the people that Boeing left stranded there.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That allowed him the leverage to do what they were blocking him from doing, which is pursuing his goals of continuing these launches at this given rate. His goal isn't to stop where he's doing now. He keeps expanding upon it and developing other launch sites.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a global launch system that he controls with SpaceX. He understands something bigger than everybody else does, which is this planet will have life terminated by something dumb like an asteroid.
Yeah.
So he will expand humanity starward, which is good. And it'll make that thing less likely, so that God's green Earth, if it were interrupted by a satellite, could return to God's green Earth a few hundred years later, and we could repopulate, utilize all the resources, all the other things that would be here. It's a very thoughtful idea, and that's just some of it, right? It's like we can capture energy, we can capture minerals, all kinds of things we don't have now by simply leaving this planet.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is how kind of most of his businesses fit into that business plan.
Yeah, all of them.
X kind of excluded.
Well,
But
boring.
SpaceX,
Think about the boring
SpaceX,
company.
Tesla, all of it. I mean, even Starlink.
Yeah.
All of it is designed to get to space. So you've got the rockets. That's the one part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starlink is so that you can still communicate back to Earth by having a set of satellites that can communicate enough. And then Tesla, as much as electric vehicles may not be the future on Earth at the moment because they
work everywhere else.
Not feasible. If you were to take electric vehicles to space where you might not find oil to refine,
Mhm.
you could set up nuclear plants and power electric vehicles.
Yeah.
All of these things kind of interweave when you really look at how his businesses are set up.
Yeah, and
I
look,
think
the
it's
board-
probably on purpose.
Well, it is, and the Boring Company gives you the ability to tunnel, develop colonies, move into terraforming, and everything else that you need to do. You need to find the resources on a planet. How do you do that? Drilling. You have a whole drilling apparatus and company that can do all of that. You realize that if because we know that Elon's a good guy, at least that we think he is, he's not going to turn into Weyland Yutani. We're not going to end
Hopefully.
up with a bunch of crazy aliens. But what we will end up with is all of the technology that Weyland Yutani helped develop to take advantage of the planets around us.
It's almost like Elon is a genius.
Oh yeah.
Well, probably
I
the
think that's
smartest man in
probably
the last
true.
200 or 300 years.
Yeah, he is.
One of the things too that I think he's doing and that will benefit him, his connection to Trump also gets him access to Space Force.
Oh
He has access to everything.
Force.
So real quick, I want to get some comments and super chats real quick. So this one comes from Somehood84. Says that take out the competition, raise the prices on everything. Yeah, that's part of it. Everything becomes homogenized, and because of that lack of competition, honestly, is why shows like The Acolyte end up getting made.
But this is not how he works. He has the right personality to piss everybody off, so they go out and compete. Understand, it's down to a group of men who are driven against each other, not necessarily out of hate, but out of thoughtful competition. And that's how we used to work, right? And then somebody else would be like, well, wait, I can do that.
Tesla.
Yeah, I can do that better than this guy. Yeah, and then came along the Westinghouse who
FBI.
screwed Tesla in the fist. With
Yeah.
a fist. But anyway,
Somebody-
go ahead.
Oh, somebody had asked about Blue Sky and whether Elon could sue them since the platform is so similar to
It's the
Twitter.
same.
But when Elon bought it, didn't he release the source code for Twitter?
Well,
Wasn't that one of the things he immediately did?
I released the algorithm, not the source code.
The algorithm.
And I think he told, but Jack's a friend, so it's like, all right, Jack, do your thing. But it's
Did
not.
Jack start Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorsey did.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Dorsey's involved in Blue Sky. To what?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Let me pull up the stuff I have. But anyway,
Okay.
so it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not worried about Blue Sky, and neither should anybody else, because
I'm not.
It's garbage.
Well,
You
I mean,
know,
the reason why I bring it up, because I find it funny, because literally what's happening is you have these lefties fleeing to another echo chamber, right? Because one of the issues that we ran into is that before Elon bought Twitter, it was a bit of an echo chamber for the left, right? Of course, we were on it. A lot of normal people were on it, but what was getting boosted was voices from the left. So now you have these people that realize it's no longer an echo chamber anymore. They're not happy the fact that it's a free market of ideas now. So they bolt for Blue Sky, and again, they are reinforcing their echo chamber, which honestly is not a good idea.
Well, here's what happens if you launch something like that, and everybody knows it. You end up with center-right people, whether they be libertarians or whatever, but they're motivated by those ideas, right? They are not going to take things that are not fact-based into their thought processes. Now, Blue Sky was originally created as a research initiative in 2019 by Jack Dorsey, right? So, and then he was trying to investigate how to decentralize the platform. Well, what happened? Well, the board took over again. Dorsey's a dumbass again, and all the intelligence communities rolled into Blue Sky. Yes, I'm saying the same thing happened. So you've got the CIA and every fucking buddy else in the middle of this platform that all the, super lefties and actors and actresses and, they're all headed there. Do you know how long they'll be there? About 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Well, they're too narcissistic. They need the other people. They want us to hear them scream. So the narcissism will bring them
the
back.
left got so obsessed with control and they got so powerful with, like, I guess we'll say 99% of the control and the conversation, the power, that the littlest bit of them having less of that feels like it's, authoritarian to them because they're so used to everything being slanted through their vision, their perspective, that anything less than 99% to them, that's considered dictatorship because they're so used to everything going their way. That's the problem when you're so used to it. The minute it finally does go in your way, you react that much harder because you've been so used to the status quo.
It's a spoiled child who finally gets the first spanking.
And that's what they all are, times a million of them.
You look at Don Lemon, for example, putting out an entire page of, this platform is toxic, I'm going over to Blue Sky. But he got beat because J. Michael Straczynski did the same thing, and he took 4 pages to do it. And he was like, "You remember when we had these bulletin boards and discussion threads, and back in the Usenet days when the internet used to be fun and da da da." And he goes through and he takes his whole 4 pages to talk about how he's announcing his flounce. And oh, by the way, we got a Patreon. I was like, "What are you doing? Just go, just go."
It's not an airport departure lounge. Just leave.
Yep.
Right.
You don't have to announce it. You don't have to announce it.
By the way, Mark Hamill in the last 30 days has lost over 82,000 followers.
Geez, I wonder why.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, it may have been a bunch of bots to make him look like he's this influential figure.
It would be.
Well, I think a lot of it too is it's probably a mixture of bots, but it's also probably a mixture of people that were following him that basically believed every word he said and had a rude awakening because, again, echo chamber. All right, so Dan Crane celebrating 11 months as a member. Wow. It's almost a whole child.
Oh, it's a whole child.
Well, whole pregnancy.
It's almost a whole year.
Yeah. Well, it is 9 months, yeah. Nick the Greek for $1.99 says the panel or canines, I'd get you all fixed. Okay. All right. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. He's got a few, so we'll wait till we get through all of them before we respond. So, question for the panel: global organizations demand that people not deny climate change. Should Hollywood and game devs pay a carbon tax for reshoots or canceling a project like Concord? Hear me out, please.
Yes, absolutely. Make them live up to their standards.
Yeah, kind of hard for us not to talk over these super chats when he directly asks this question with the first one.
Well, I wasn't sure if this is leading into the second one, but
well, it says "Hear me out, please," so I think he's gonna expound on it.
Yeah. And he says, with the current high cost of energy and limited resources of our planet, it is not fair to the people that large corporations get to waste it at will with no penalty, energy and labor at a premium wasted. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, the carbon tax. I'm not a fan of it. I honestly think the biggest punishment for them is to lose money and ultimately waste their own resources. Energy is a separate thing. We need to get nuclear power plants going. I mean, that would solve a lot of issues. Because the whole idea of having brownouts in Texas, to me, is rather blasphemous. It's ridiculous. It's something that should never have happened to the state. But it does during the winter for some reason now. So there's that.
On his first point, if I read it correctly, no, I don't think charging somebody more for it or charging them for doing reshoots. I think if we do something like that, it's almost conceding the point, saying, okay, you guys win. There is climate change, so we're going to charge you more. Yeah, I'm not ready to concede the point.
Well, yeah, I won't step back from it at all, but I will take advantage of the stupidity.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to concede it. We just have to say, look, if you feel this guilty about it because, you're super greeny, dumbhead, go ahead. I don't care. Pay these carbon taxes. Do you know where the carbon taxes go?
Yeah, they go to Al Gore.
Yeah. So
the thing is though, with that argument though, this is the same as like when you have the people who are talking about income tax. Oh, I'm perfectly willing to pay the higher income tax, but to do
then why
for
don't
the cause.
Then go ahead.
Do it, and they
Brett
won't.
Butler said the same thing back in the day. She said, "I want to pay more. I would love to pay more taxes, and then do it.
Yeah,
pay my taxes."
We actually are at the point where we just call them out and say, do that, because nobody wants to pay taxes. And if we get the tariff system working under Trump, you won't have to, because technically the income tax is not just a little bit illegal, it's completely illegal.
I thought you said tariff
Speaking
system.
of Trump, did you see?
The
You
turf
might want to
system.
see what I put in the private.
Did I say turf?
Pertaining
Or
Trump.
what?
That's what it sounded
That's what it
like.
You'll have
So-
a good laugh. The chat will have a laugh over it too.
So I want to Pinochet. No, we don't charge him at all, because I grew up in Oklahoma, where the phrase "Here, hold my beer" was invented. So true. Tell me I'm wrong, Brahma. Yeah. So these people are all saying, "Here, hold my beer," and they've done it multiple times. Disney double, triple, quadrupling down. The fact that we don't see their films, the fact that they paid $4 billion for Disney and have for Star Wars and continue to lose money on it. They haven't made $1 off of any of that stuff they paid. So they're $10 billion in the hole now after Star Wars at this point, with all of this and Marvel, all that stuff on top of it, right? So just let them continue to do "Here, hold my beer," and what you do when somebody says that is you get out of the blast zone. That's it. You stand back.
You hold their
and
beer.
Just let them do it.
You actually say, "I'll hold your beer."
Right.
And wait, let me get my flip phone so I can film you.
Yeah, that's what you do. Just let them do it.
Go ahead, Florida man.
Not everybody in Oklahoma still has a flip phone culture.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Florida.
I'm going to say this. I
would
have
go
a
back to
flip
using
phone.
one.
There you go.
Some of them are
Yeah, I
using
have
the
a flip
Motorola.
phone.
Some of them are still using the Motorola brick, so they don't
My
have.
mother
the flip
still
phone.
has a flip
Indeed.
phone. I would
Most of
go
us
back
don't
to
have
it.
phones. So there you go. Yeah. We don't want them newfangled devices.
Meanwhile,
All right. Pinochet is the cover tours for $2. Also, hi, Tom. Also, why don't we hit Disney with a climate tax for not settling their Gina earlier? And now they are wasting money and resources in court.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I'm
I think Disney's going to get a pretty good butcher's bill for that one.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. She has no incentive to settle. She's fabulously wealthy. And Elon Musk has no incentive for her to settle. He's fabulously wealthy.
Bankrolling the
yeah, exactly. He's bankrolling the suit. I would just sit there and wait for Disney to dissolve. I think this is why. This is a weird thing, but I'm about to say some words before I leave. This is why Iger shut the fuck up. He decided to be a guy that is leaving his post. He's like, I don't care anymore. I bought a women's soccer team that's going to fail. I'm going to shove a bunch of money into it for decades because nobody watches women's sports.
Well, basically, he torched his legacy at this point.
Yeah. Oh, no, he set that shit on fire a long time ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, no,
He's
he's
just let a bunch of men play in that team. It would make a ton of money.
Anyway,
Coco,
so
let me ask you this before you leave.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this because people keep talking about whether or not she's going to settle. What are the odds that she settles after we get Discovery to the point where all of the embarrassments, everything is done? Okay, now I have made an example of them. I'm willing to settle now.
What I think it's going to be actually kind of coordinated, or it could be. If she waits until there starts to be all the embarrassing things there, and then the Department of Justice is backed by, well, some different folks, and they decide to investigate. Oh, wait, and the FEC is going to look into some stuff, but that's for elections. But the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, goes, Disney, you've been doing some weird stuff and saying some strange things, and none of it's been true. So we're going to take a look at you also. Well, the SEC decides to weigh in because they have a FinSec area and the financial security area. So they're going to go after Disney. I think it's there could be a tidal wave of like, fuck you. And then she'll be like, I'll
perfect
settle.
storm. Well,
Also,
not only that,
if you get the
Karen
Discovery,
McCarthy's suit.
if you get the Discovery and it's as bad as we think it is,
It
why
gives
would she
everybody
then
weight.
settle? Because, I mean, at that point,
It's
it's
out
all
there.
out there. You know exactly what
Yeah, and
is probably going to happen in the case.
You know how corrupt Hollywood is, and all of the Republican people who've been pushed down to the bottom in Hollywood will be able to come forward and say, "Fuck you," And they
Fuck
can do
you
it in a
too.
way that, true. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tom. I forgot you were a Hollywood people.
I don't know. I was just saying fuck you because you said fuck you.
No,
Did you guys see Sly? What Sly said? He said that
yes.
Trump is the new
Yeah.
George Washington.
Yes, he
New
did.
George
He
Washington.
did. Dude, I'm sorry, Tom. I was talking too long. Anyway, I gotta go.
Wait,
Well, you're
one
not
last-
because you got to hear the new Bob Dylan song before you go.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay,
I
but
gotta
real
go
quick
do
before you do that, one more quick question for Culture on the article that he brought up.
Yeah.
So it said that all those companies came back and they're paying a substantially lower rate.
No.
Is that because Elon has lowered the rate, or is that? I mean, why is he not gouging them to come back?
Well,
their ad buy rate is significantly lower.
Well,
I think
Is
that's
that
all
the
around,
amount of
though.
ads,
No,
or
no,
is
no,
that the
no,
cost of the
no,
ad rates?
No, they're collectively spending less, but they overall are spending less. The ad market's collapsed. Oh, this is the ad market across the board, whether it be social media or websites you go to, or any streaming platform, whatever, it's collapsed.
Okay.
Because they've lost customers and influence in a substantial way. It'll ultimately build back up, but it won't matter very much. These brands came crawling back. They had to.
Yeah.
Right.
And
No
that's
surprise.
just the way it is. So they did spend less than their previous period, but that was only during that period of time where they were advertising less on X because of their ideology. Now that they're coming back, it's about to get wild. So what they did with an ad age, because they're trying to still be super lefty, was talk about the period of time when they weren't advertising. They were advertising to their minimum contract. That's not happening now. They're coming back to advertise with a vengeance because, again, it's the influential platform and everybody else is not delivering.
Is any of this maybe also related to the lawsuit that Shapiro had been in hearings for, where whatever the company was completely shut down after
that when they killed that,
that's right. Yeah.
Plus, they killed that effort. I forget what they were called, but they were an NGO that was trying to control advertising. Yeah, those guys got the fist of love, so they just quit.
Closed down like a day after that hearing.
Yeah, they quit. Yeah, and then so now you have what else is happening now? There's a lot of other stuff that's going on because of that lawsuit. So look, overall, this is a giant win because going forward, it's Trump, it's Musk, it's Vivek Ramaswamy, it's basically
Doge.
It's everybody. It's everybody that is going to go forward is going to point out all the hypocrisy, which is the entire point. But look, Tom
is going to play this song.
Tom has something to share. I want to hear it before.
Every day I wake up, I look out on the world. I'm so glad I have my dog. I'm so glad I have my girl. Probably in that order, 'cause she's a living thing. There's one thing that's just driving me insane. I ask myself every day, I can't seem to get away. The question keeps fogging down my mind. I gotta know why it's cold Casino getting, why he keeps leaving mine behind. Oh, like my heart, he keeps leaving mine behind. There's a gaping hole inside of me that I can't fill. I'm a guest at Love's restaurant, you're just not paying the bill. I beg you please on my bended knee, how much more can I please? Why won't you just love only me? I hear constantly how you're a man whore, in and out every sort of men adore you. You're the sugar daddy they adore, and like my ass now my heart is sore, 'cause I know I can love more. I ask myself every day, I can't seem to get away. The question keeps bogging down my mind. Gotta know why his culture casino gay, and why he keeps leaving mine behind. Oh, like my heart, he keeps leaving mine behind.
Oh, the culture casino.
Okay, I just want to say this, Tom. You had me at hello. You had me at hello.
And then you had him again and again and again.
Well, no,
From
I
behind.
mean, it's his, notice that it's Tom's ass that's sore. But anyway, I just want to say, I love you too. Oh, I do. Do check out Tom's new radio project, which I think is fucking brilliant, and do check out his Mead Radio, Midnight's Edge After Dark channel, and everything else. So thank you, Tom. That's the best love song I think you've ever written for me. I just
Every
Of the many.
every time I thought with the show can out gay itself,
You have more
it
love
does.
songs than anybody. Yeah.
I know. I feel. Look, Tom. I don't know how you feel right now, but
apparently a little horny.
We
You get pretty clear there.
Is
We are-
this your
we
gay
are-
confession?
we're soulmates. We're in
Christ,
not,
get a room already.
not the gay way. I just feel like
There's
we're
only the gay
hetero
way
life
here.
mates. There you go. That's always been our title.
Why would they bother with a room when
we
they could
already-
just
we already-
they could just go to the washrooms like they normally do?
No. We're the odd couple. I'm the neat one, and he's the guy that's like slop. It's fine.
Oh, he's already assuming your role, Tom. How
No,
do you
Tom
feel?
has that role. That's Tom. He knows that role. On that note, I just want to say I had a great time tonight.
I'm with orthopedics. Lord, please stop.
Yes, please.
All right, so tonight when you're done with this show, go watch the video I dropped just a little while ago. I'm going to tell you right now, God, Disney's so fucked, and they know it. They are so fucked. They need a conservative. They are never going to find one. There is not a human pincushion out there other than maybe me who would go on The View with those bitches. I'm just saying.
The redheaded libertarian volunteered as tribute. She would
Oh my
happily go.
That would
argue with them.
that would make it
Josie
fucking
would-
interesting.
Josie would be
Destroy
great.
them. This is for you, culture. A legalized adulthood for $5 says culture is the king of bigotry.
I love you. I love this man. I can't wait to hang out with him again in Vegas. It's going to be weird.
All right, legalized adulthood. You got to be
All right.
scared now. He loves you.
I love everybody, especially you. All right. On that note, check me out tomorrow. I got the 6-minute daily. I got a couple other videos I have.
How you doing? Bitches leave.
Gee, Poppy. Bye.
And I'm going to tell you,
know
right
what?
now. What?
I'm wearing a RoboCop shirt and I'm getting sick and tired of that scene already.
Oh, that's sad. All right. Well, somebody tell me that I can go because I gotta go. So do check out the channel. Check out that
You
game
should
plays.
go.
That game plays. Yeah, I should go.
You should
Yeah.
go.
About 8 minutes ago. I love that he wasn't on screen to say that.
I have a yogurt in the kitchen with my name on it, and he ate it.
I would just like to say that after Culture's prolonged exit there, we all feel considerably gayer than before he started.
All right. Inebriated Plutarch for $5. Looking back, the studio heads in LA Confidential were wise men. Angmar WK for $1.99 is MSNBC getting sold.
That's the rumor.
I heard about
Rumor.
that.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yep.
Dude, why buy it? Just shut it down. Seriously, no one needs
to be reclaimed.
buy it.
They should be sold at a market in
Let
Libya.
it go out of business. Not everything needs to keep going.
Let
I-
Elon
honestly-
buy it.
Die.
Let Elon buy it and give it to Alex Jones as
Oh,
a gift.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh, that would
Rename it
be
InfoWars,
classic.
Fine, but rename
That's
it
great.
InfoWars. I want this thing to die. That or CNN needs to die.
MSNBC could be InfoWars. You could just do it that way.
Oh my God, InfoWars. That's funny. All right, teed up for $20 is weird. Yeah.
Wow.
Weird.
That's the best way to get $20 just for
Weird.
that. That's amazing.
Yep. Deeple 101 says Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. Star Wars has Han, Luke, Leia, Darth Vader. Disney Star Wars is dead. Is a dead husk of a franchise where it should be jailed for impersonating a franchise. Death of hope. Yeah, it's accurate.
Yep.
Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. Disney won't get conservative voices, and any voices they get will toe the line. Yeah, that's what I think too. Like the fascist hens demand. The sooner you all come to terms with this fact, Disney can never admit defeat. Better will be.
Yeah, I've already considered that as soon as I saw it, because they'll get someone who, if they were to actually go through with this, it'll be someone who will be someone who they can easily counter arguments with, someone who doesn't articulate well, and it'll be someone who will just look like they're part of that side, because that's one thing.
Well, they'll get a faux conservative.
They want someone who they can control a conversation against, not someone who's going to be who's going to be razor sharp with their arguments. But they want someone who makes it look like, hey, look, see, we're not an echo chamber, because once again, it's all about the illusion of looking like they're not.
We're not an echo chamber. We have one conservative.
They care more about us. This is once again, they care more about smoke and mirrors, the perception of things versus the actuality of things.
They've already done this because Anna Navarro was supposedly a former Republican. Farah, or whatever her name is, I can't remember her first name, but the semi good looking one. No. The semi good looking one that's on there is supposedly a conservative and worked in Trump's cabinet, or not cabinet, and worked under Trump campaign. And you know who they're going to get. The same ones that Kamala Harris was just,
Did she work under Trump? Like
Liz Cheney is who they will go after.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they'll get Liz Cheney, the
hardcore conservative,
ultra conservative that got kicked out of her own seat by all the conservatives.
Yeah,
it would be
say
fun.
This is still a conservative.
It would be fun to see Josie there, but I think another possible candidate.
Josie would fucking destroy him.
Either Justine Bateman or Insurrection Barbie would be other good candidates for that. If they were serious about putting a legitimate conservative voice there.
Well, and to Pinochet's point, for me, I'll believe it when I see it. Right? I think that. What was it that I think Culture was mentioned this?
So in other words, they want a punching bag.
Yes.
Let's be real. It's going to be one person versus five.
Yeah, as much as I don't like.
Well, because reality, what they need to do to save the view is fire all of them and get people who are in the center and on the left and on the right and have a balance.
Well,
you don't need it.
It's been this way since Elizabeth Hasselbeck was there. I mean, she was the punching bag when she was there because she was the conservative. So it's not going to be any different.
Even as much as we don't like Meghan McCain, that's all they did to her too.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of her at all. But what they did to her was dirty too.
Put Megyn Kelly there.
Yeah, she's not going to give up what she's got to go do that crap.
Yeah, that would be.
She actually said that on a interview with Dave Rubin.
That was this morning.
Yeah, this morning she was talking about. Would you go back? And no, she goes. She said cable news is dead.
Yep.
Wow.
Television news stuff is dead. We're where we need to be, and it's the people who move first. Dan Bongino, not someone I really follow a lot. Mrs. Blue likes him.
I do.
He has a huge following on Rumble.
Yeah.
Because he was the first one to move over.
Right.
Right.
He's also a part owner.
I understand he's a part owner, but he was the first one to move over and take his voice there.
Yeah.
Right. So Megyn Kelly was one of the first ones to get out and do her own thing. So many of them have. Dave Rubin and others that were in that got out. The ones that are still there are the ones who didn't have the balls to go out on their own.
Yeah.
Right? And they're the losers. It happened at any evolution. This is not political or stuff. It's an evolution of entertainment. Because life goes on. So every generation, all that stuff happens. You used to be newspaper, used to be radio, then it was cable news. Now that's going to die. It's going to be online.
Now it's podcast. Yeah.
Now it's podcasting. And Joe Rogan has way more influence by multiples of 10 than any of those other networks combined. The New York Times, Washington Post, LA Times, all of these things, the Chicago Tribune, and ABC, NBC, CBS, juggernaut companies. They were the ones that you invested in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Gone. They're gone. Disney, gone. Entertainment companies, gone. Why? Because we've evolved. Who's evolved with them? Elon Musk.
Yep.
I saw a headline the other day talking about, because with the coverage of the election, some 47, 50, some multiple millions of people went to YouTube for their election coverage as opposed to the networks. Either broadcast or cable. But I also saw another one talking about Joe Rogan and the Fifth Estate. I think that's what we're getting called now is, because, journalists are the Fourth Estate, the online streaming podcasting group. Now we're the Fifth Estate. And I don't know if you guys saw or not, Spotify has flipped, and instead of being just a podcasting platform, they're now going to be, instead of Spotify for podcasters, they're going to be Spotify for creators, and they're going after the video.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, they started off as music, shifted into podcasting as well. Now they're going to get to the third level.
Video. They're going to do streaming because Rogan does video.
Yes.
So they're going to lean into that because Rogan helped decide the election, and Spotify wants to be they want to get in on that.
All right. So Pinochet for $1 says, Dick's Division News, yesterday's headlines tomorrow. Very accurate. Also, Jose, celebrating 11 months as a member. We should thank the guys who suspended the Babylon Bee. Yeah, that's true. He's the reason Elon bought Twitter. I wonder what he's doing now. He made it possible.
That's that's something we should give credit to. Even with all the problems Twix has, Elon not only purchased Twix, but he actually followed through on bringing these people back. He followed through on Jordan Peterson. He followed through on the Babylon Bee. He obviously followed through on Trump as well. And he originally was obviously not going to do Alex Jones and ended up changing his mind and doing that anyway. Wish he didn't have to. He followed through on that. And consider we're in a society that for the last, 20, 30 years, where almost nothing changes. That was nice to see a change that was announced and sought through.
Yep.
But we got these on the supers.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Legalized Adulthood, celebrating 7 months as a member, says in the past 2 weeks, I've gained 87,000 followers by offering Mark Hamill dirty pictures to my patrons. Also, Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. Says it's easier to use climate change as a cudgel to extort a corporation for millions for their climate waste tax than it would be to extort me. Disney has money. I don't. Let them waste money and penalize them. I think there's probably better ways of penalizing them than using climate change stuff.
I just don't like getting into the penalizing anybody for climate change because
I agree.
Sooner or later it's going to get to us.
Yes.
That's what I was saying earlier. If you concede the point, sooner or later, just like income tax, it gets used against you.
Yep.
So just don't do it, period. Yeah.
Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. Why sit and wait when you can go for the throat? You can kick your enemy when they are down. You folks are putting the knife back into the corporation's hand. Only a fool allows the enemy to regroup.
That came during our discussion of Gina's potential for Gina to settle.
No, I don't think she should settle, in my opinion.
I don't think she does either. But if she would consider it, I think it would come after
she needs to fucking go scorched earth on Disney.
I agree.
They need to pay for what they did because it not just because I like Gina, but because legitimately what they did is fucking evil to anybody. It doesn't matter who they do it to. What they did to her was fucking evil.
I think she's on a mission from God.
Yes.
I really do. In what she said and how she's been, she's on a mission from God.
Yeah.
So will she settle? No. I mean, that is hers to do with, but I think Elon Musk has those lawyers on retainer. So it doesn't matter whether they're in court forever, all that stuff.
No interest in doing it.
Yeah. Nope. I think she's on a mission from God, 100%.
The way I kind of approach that stuff is I do believe that people, and even to a certain degree, corporations should be allowed redemption, but there should be somebody there with a very large club waiting to bonk them on the head as soon as they step out of line. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, and if you're going to allow them redemption, then you have to also allow that they're going to be punished for the things that they did before there's the redemption. So
there's consequences.
I mean, there's got to be consequences. And if she doesn't get a payday out of this, even though she doesn't need the money, if she doesn't get a payday out of this, they're not paying any consequences for what they did.
Yeah.
You know what would be great is if she did win, let's say a $500 million settlement or whatever, and she ends up getting $30 million or whatever out of it, and she donates it to people who wish they hadn't gone through what they went through and can't reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
If she donated all of that money to those people and stuff from there very publicly, and as part of the settlement, forced Disney to be there to hand the check over.
Yeah.
The reverse Beep Bop Boop Foundation.
Yes, the reverse Beep Bop
Boop Foundation. Whatever that stuff is. But yeah.
All right. Pinochet for another $2 says, temper your expectations, folks. If you're into financials, follow Zero Hedge. Yeah, I do.
Zero Hedge is good.
Yeah, they're great. There is a high chance the Fed has been doing this on purpose to forcibly hurt Trump with a ticking time bomb of a recession. This is something I've said several times. I feel that the Democrats are going to go fucking full scorched earth, and they're going to leave a massive mess for Trump to clean up. And of course, they're going to blame him for not being able to fix things. Tanking the economy is definitely a part of that. I've been saying that for a while.
I can't believe he's not prepared for it, though.
They've been way too amicable about handing over power to him, by the way, guys. So I'm kind of wondering what they have behind their back when he takes office, to club him with. So I think they got something up their sleeve.
I'm sure he's already considering every option possible of what they might try to do. Yeah. I mean, you got to tell you, he's actually learning from his mistakes, which is good, by the way, very good. And he's definitely learning to, have these things right, because if there's one thing they know how to do is always have legal action ready and set for anything, which he did not have ready for in 2020. He's definitely showing he's definitely learning from those mistakes, which is good. And obviously we see he's learning because of who he's also putting in his cabinet. So he's actually, once again, another guy who's actually living up to his promises of giving them the positions should they endorse him. So that was a great move. So
and they're shitting themselves over Matt Gaetz right now too.
Dude,
they're reaching back into that bag and pulling out like the sexual harassment stuff that they try to do with him, and it goes away. And they're reaching into the bag of dirty tricks to try and make sure that Gaetz doesn't get on.
And real quick, because I know we've got more to get to, but there is an argument that the president can get rid of Jerome Powell. I mean, the Fed cannot be a separate entity from the government. It is either under Congress or it is under the executive branch. So the courts have kind of ruled in the past that it's under the executive branch, which means he can fire Jerome Powell, even though Jerome Powell doesn't think he could be fired. And then you can appoint a new Fed chairman.
I'm not sure. That would be great.
It's not that novel of an idea in the lawfare stuff. There are cases that have backed that up, that you cannot have a Fed existing outside of the structure of government. So
Pinochet for $1 says their hands will be up the conservatives' ass, moving their lips, period. Not sure what he was referring to.
Oh, I don't think there's any
a conservative on the View.
Conservative.
Oh, conservative on the View. Okay, that makes sense. All right, Radioactive gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Radioactive. Very kind of you. Also, Legalized Adulthood for another $5. Fire Chris Wallace says that he's going to start a podcast.
Yes.
He's going to be the leftist Joe Rogan.
At 77.
Yeah. Good luck with that. That will be just like Air America.
Yep.
We all know how that went. JB celebrating 22 months as a member. Hail Dix. All right. On that note, we are out of here, folks.
You got a rumble from Pinochet still.
Oh. Did I? Okay. Let me.
I think you still got a few.
Okay. I see. They didn't get starred. All right. Got it. Pinochet for $2 says, what's the payment system Bongino started? Do any of you use it? Is it early to do anything? New York with a Bank of America ATM card can say New York City. I don't remember.
I believe it was Stripe that he started.
Was it Stripe?
I think so.
No, it wasn't Stripe. I thought it was something else.
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
I don't, because I think it required your real name. So that's part of the reason why I didn't use it.
And half the places we get paid out don't accept any of those. You're basically stuck with who they say they will pay you through.
Okay. Pinochet for $1 says, yeah, Nick, but it's oddly quiet on the Western Front.
Well,
it is.
Of course.
That's
how they do these things. It's about always pulling the rug out from under. So vigilance can never end.
Yes. And also thank you, Save Truth Raptor. I'll get those pulled up now. Reticent Voice celebrating 15 months as a member, and also Save Truth Raptor reminding to show pictures. I will do that right now.
There are some memes that Release McCracken put out there, but I can't get logged on to Twitter, so you'll have to. It's called Align Pay.
Align? Yeah, I don't know anything about it then.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him starting that, but that was about it.
While you're pulling that stuff up, I mean, yes, it is quiet on the Western Front, but did anybody watch how Biden was just happy as a pig in shit meeting with Trump today?
It was hilarious.
I swear the guy voted for him. I mean, he was so excited to sit there with Trump today. And it was like, he's sitting there smiling and beaming. And
it's well, let you know, Trump, I voted for you over that bitch.
Yeah.
Push me out, you know?
Backstabbing.
Probably.
It was hilarious watching that. And Trump basically being like, yeah, politics is pretty mean, but everything's all good now. There'll be a peaceful transfer of power. We're going to do great things. And Biden just sitting there, I'm an idiot.
You know, Biden was just a puppet of Trump the whole time anyway, with that whole continuity of government stuff. I mean, Trump's been the president this whole time.
That's right. According to certain internet
Just
sites.
fucking stop.
Hakeem Jeffries 2025 is that. All right. Project 2025, that is Trump's plan to get Hakeem Jeffries to become president.
That's on the last page of that.
I knew it.
You
It's
knew
at
it.
the bottom of the
It's at
bottom
the
of the
bottom.
last page.
It's all there.
Oh my God. That is fucking hilarious, Talks.
Yeah, Randall. I mean, the funny thing is, Kamala seemed like a weight had been lifted off her chest when she was given the concession speech, because that was the best speech she gave the whole time. And then Biden looked like he was completely coherent meeting with Trump. I mean,
Could he have been faking some of it?
why would he?
Yeah, that's what
I think he hates Kamala that much that he's fine.
There was such a stark difference.
I don't think it's a real
how he's
Joe Biden.
been and how he's now. Yeah, well,
It was the very plastic-faced version of him instead of the
yeah, it wasn't
like
the real one.
it was the beady-eyed, I'm on a lot of stuff version of him. But
I don't know, man. It's like there's so many routes you can go taking with the whole Joe Biden thing. You can go, well, really, he's been cognizant all this time. They've just been drugging him, or he's not cognizant. He's
only cognizant when he's drugged.
Yeah, he's only cognizant when he's drugged, or they give him uppers. I don't know, dude. It's like there's so many weird conspiracy rabbit holes you can go down with this. I'm just not
Or
going to go
there's
there.
4 Joe Bidens, because the one looks like one of the Skeksis from
Yeah.
The dark crystal.
That's
And
fucking
then the
funny.
others all look like their skin is stretched tight. I mean,
Yep. All right, radioactive for $10. The Fed is a private bank. However, it is chartered through the Treasury Department just to restore the constitutional authority to print real money to the Treasury Department, where it was supposed to reside. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with the Fed is the fact that it is a private bank, and this is the issue with the centralized banking thing that's been going on forever.
It's neither federal nor has a reserve. So
Yeah, and the other thing too is like why does a private bank allowed to have basically people take
control
their money
over our rates?
just ask some guys around about
IRS, aren't they under the
1913,
Department of the Treasury?
1912, 1913. A few guys had something to do with that.
All right. So we got these ships from Sabretooth Raptor. This is basically a starfighter that he's did. I don't know if this is supposed to be still along the line.
Is it the last one?
Yes, it's the last starfighter.
Okay.
He calls it the X class. Yeah, it is a great movie. It's a very good movie.
God, I hope they don't remake.
What are we gonna do? We die.
We die. It's so fucking good.
Love that line.
Dude, it's probably like one of the best lines from a villain in a movie that's getting ready to eat it.
Yeah.
Fucking takes it with dignity. That's great.
Yep.
These are very cool, man.
Double feature one night sometime. Last Starfighter and Tron.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We definitely have to do that.
We had a VHS tape that we had recorded 2 movies on, and it was The Dark Crystal and The Last Starfighter. So I always did a double feature of those.
Nice.
Those were my 2 favorite movies from the 80s growing up.
All I heard was Brahma did a double.
Queer.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this ship that you did is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah,
I really like this design.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's curvy like Sydney Sweeney.
Indeed.
It's the SS Booby Prize.
It's got large nacelles like Sydney Sweeney.
Make it slightly more bulgy.
It's more streamlined, it'd be a butt plug.
If it was more streamlined, it'd be Lara Croft.
Nice. Wow, that's accurate. It's very accurate. Yeah, this is pretty neat, man. This is good.
I like that one.
Yep. And there we go. And now we got the side view. Yeah, man, this is some good stuff, man. You got some real talent. I like I said, I think you should really do your own stuff rather than just doing Star Trek ships. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Star Trek ships are badass, dude, but you come up with your own stuff.
Do your stuff, put it out there.
Yep. For sure. Let me see if I can find the meme stuff real quick from Robbie.
We got one more Rumble rant just came in.
All right.
From
I will go and grab that.
I can read it while you get the memes if you want.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
QAnon planned the whole time. Biden and Trump made a deal. Biden gets 2020 and was forced to follow commie wishes. Now Biden's get pardoned. Thousands of corrupt feds hang. Hunter finds God. America wins. F yeah.
Wow. No, that's out there.
5-dimensional chess. 5-dimensional chess.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And
At this point, I can almost guarantee Biden pardons Hunter because he was already stabbed in the back and forced out. So why does he care about any
Why does he
promises he
care?
made not to pardon him?
Alec Baldwin for Defense Secretary.
Yep.
Seriously, him being on live on air is the most functional and coherent he has been throughout his entire presidency. It's almost like he's not wanted to be president for the last year.
Yeah. Wow.
And we should
All
mention
part of the
it.
plan, baby. All part of the plan.
We should mention it because a few minutes ago I did see it pop up, but the whole screen was gray where it said it. Real Wade Nation rated us a few minutes ago on YouTube.
Oh, that's very nice of him.
Thank you. It was very nice.
Thank you. All right. So we got the ambiguously gay duo of Culture and Tom.
There is no ambiguity.
There's no ambiguity.
Absolutely none.
Not anymore.
I agree. Look at that. It's Hobo Casino.
That's pretty accurate.
It is. That is
More
very
I
accurate
like how
than he
his
likes
I
to
like how
admit.
his beard has a butt in it or something.
Yeah, it kind of does. Oh wow, we have Culture Wolf because we're talking about Werewolf the Apocalypse earlier. That's hilarious. That would be Culture in his Galabru form.
By the way,
you both. That
by
was
the way,
good.
comics. I read the description of Shadow Lords on one of those websites that you guys put in the private chat.
Yeah.
Shadow Lords don't end up being Machiavellian schemers as much as paranoid assholes.
And?
That's what he said he would describe
No,
me as.
I immediately walked it back saying you're not a schemer. So
as much as paranoid assholes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
paranoid asshole nails it. Yeah.
Okay, this is fucking funny. The fucking breadsticks. Oh my god, that's funny.
The Battle of Olive Garden.
Yeah. That's great. All right. Start with you since you're already kind of centered.
Okay.
Start with a paranoid asshole.
I guess. I'll be on a Sin and Art tomorrow night with Slender Dad and Little Chad. And then Saturday night, we've got Bourbon and Boarding. The return of Bourbon and Boarding after last week's hiatus. Sunday morning, we've got the bullpen. And then we started all over again. Well, possibly a culture show on Sunday night. You never know who's going to show up or if there's going to be a show. But then we started it all over again with Monday Night Meltdown over here. So hope everybody has a great night. Cheers. We'll catch you later.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Tom Connors.
Finally, I was trying to leave like a half hour ago, but nobody paid attention.
Oh, I did. I just didn't decide to bring it up.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Don't. We don't.
You had only been here for 10 minutes at that point. You don't get to come in and play a song and then dip out.
Yeah, I do. That's my job.
Dick's Division comes together with Legendary Films to promote Dune. Blue Spice Worm Cheese Balls, available now. 10 out of 10 Space Guild navigators agree it's interstellar. Brahma's Bull's Milk Melange is thumper summoned and still suit filtered. Brahma fried spicy worm cheese balls.
Still makes me laugh.
I love that one.
The taste may cause gas, molest, bad case of the runs.
I mean, Culture gets the most love songs, but I get the most
He's on the
awesome
log.
ads.
You really do. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Yes. Well, all I could think about there was the wise words of the great Alec Baldwin. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
True.
Yeah, well, as Brahma said, I'll probably be on Ascendant Art with him tomorrow night later on. But Saturday night is bourbon and boarding. If what we're boarding, I don't know. We've been boarding something for a while. But
Are you waterboarding?
that's right. We've never quite got there yet. But so bourbon and boarding Saturday night. Lots to talk about there as usual. Lots of fights. So that should be fun. Sunday night, Culture After Dark. Something happens on this channel every Monday night. Can't remember what it is.
No idea either.
Tuesday night, Nick and I, of course, on Toxic Tuesday on his channel.
Yes.
We're rounding off the Roger Moore James Bond movies with A View to a Kill.
Oh, nice.
Oh, James.
So that should be bottoms up, yes.
Bottoms up.
So that should be fun as usual. And I've got no idea what I'm doing on my show next Wednesday, although last night we did the Black Hole. We did the Black Hole and it was very satisfying.
Well, you had sex with Whoopi Goldberg on your show?
Wow, I was going to make a
That's
Kamala joke.
disgusting.
He stared deep into the black hole.
That's horrid.
You've got to be careful with her Event Horizon.
Oh, there it is.
There was indeed the gravitational pull was pretty bad, I have to say.
Help me.
Yeah, I don't know how I followed that up.
The Tulip Event Horizon.
Indeed. So anyway.
Well, all it up, buddy. Do I need to go over to Jason?
I mean, how do you follow up? How do you follow up sex with Whoopi Goldberg?
Remember that scene in Scanners where that guy's head
By jumping into a volcano.
Exactly.
Scanners,
all right.
yeah.
So, At 70s already said Toxic Tuesday, James Bond, View to Kill next week, final one of the more. Then we transition to Timothy Dalton. So there's that one. Video out tomorrow. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be huge now that the camera's all transitionally functioning. Oh, Klobby's Comic Shop tomorrow night will be earlier. So if you're someone who has second shift, I apologize, but I'm doing it for one time only so people can watch the fight. And if they don't watch it, well, I want to watch it. So I want to watch Mike Tyson. Hopefully they beat Jake Paul. So yeah. Of course, I'll be here next week as well. So, yeah, it's been good. Thanks for having me, and it's been superb. So, you all have an excellent night. I'm going to slip and slide my way out of here.
All right, sir.
I hope he hits Jake Paul so hard that Logan Paul falls over too.
One punch.
That's funny.
One punch. It's going to be a Guy Gardner thing.
Dude, I'm kind of curious. Okay, so Paul has youth, but Tyson has experience. So.
And Tyson looks ripped as hell at age 58. That
That
guy
is-
has
that
gotten
is
into
true.
shape for this fight. And I don't know if you saw it. Paul has cut a few promos, and Tyson, there were clips of him watching it, and he just goes stone cold. He's like, see, that's the difference. He's been developed into a supposed killer. I was born a killer.
Yeah.
Tyson's not going to take this like, oh, it's an exhibition. Tyson does not do exhibition. Tyson hurts people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be quick, I think.
Should be interesting.
It's going to be quicker
thanks
than
for having
culture
me.
having sex.
Indeed.
I can't speak to that, but I can point people
Well,
toward our
Tox can.
channel. We're going to try to get, we're trying to get culture up to 30,000. I would be fine getting to 3,000. And I'm going to point people to yesterday's episode of Live from the Bunker, number 753.
Yay.
We talked about the latest development in the Skydance Paramount thing, and I read an excerpt from the novel that I have not yet finished reading, Liberty Lovejoy's Pleasure Palace. So go check that out.
It was very good.
Thank you. And
I
that's
read
it. So maybe doing a open line Friday tomorrow, but I'm not sure what time yet because we got a doctor's appointment for the dog. So
Probably on a Friday.
Yeah,
sometime.
fair enough.
So anyway, but thanks for having me. Always good to be here. We'll do it again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Manfu.
Yeah, well, I guess the intro finally loaded.
It
So
did.
that's there. That makes me feel real good.
Damn you, Manfrew.
Damn you, Manfrew. Yeah, I'd like to get back to doing more of that funny stuff and all that shit, but yeah, fuck it. I don't feel like it. Isn't there. So here's the intro that wasn't. We've encountered an error. The item already added to the list. Oh, fuck you. It's been one of those days. God dang it. I hate this shit.
Tox is
Oh,
about to go Limp Biscuit all over this stream.
I am about to. Let's see if this works.
Penis exploding with entertainment.
The one thing we don't do on Thursday Night Throwdown is screw around.
No, we don't.
By the way, have you guys seen Toxic Manflu naked in the shower? It's like really disgusting. Like somebody vomited in a blender and like said the extra chunky. It's really gross. Like every time I see him, I want to shave my eyeballs with a razor.
Captain
We are
Wilma
literally the
Fingerdew,
same height.
one of my favorites.
No, I'm definitely taller, comics.
We got
All
your
of her
back,
clothes
Comics.
off. General won't
You
you
okay back
pats
there,
my
Nick?
ass. I'm a Buster Cherry. Come on, these are great. This is comedy gold.
Brawlable
Look at this
TNT
one.
command. Target
King
is
Jeffries with stars. Right.
That's
Colonel
confirmed
Henry
hit.
Fonda
Target is
Cox.
down.
Oh, I get the helicopter because I'm the fat kid. That's
Reverend a lot of vagina.
Rogan, get away from my turtles.
I don't have any
Look
hands
at
and
this
feet,
star
comics.
stuff.
I can't fly a
Look
plane.
at that. That took me a whole 5 minutes. Joy Behar hasn't left yet. So that's it. You got to watch it. She hasn't sung. Fat lady isn't out of there.
Are a little bit retarded.
It's Thursday night Throwdown.
Always. I like that one. I leave it in a lot.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I did like 12 takes of different things, but the retarded
That's my
one
favorite.
sticks.
But it's Matt Gates. Yeah. All right, there you go.
Is that nuts go left or left goes nuts?
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm glad it goes to me. Oh, no, why you transitioned over.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you,
it was the
everyone.
intro that I ran.
Yeah, I know. thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. Thank you for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. Enjoy some credits. I'm going to go die now. Good night, everyone.
Well, don't do that. I don't have all the passwords. Oh, I forgot to change this song.
My name is Bond. James Bond.
I reminded you Monday night, like 10 seconds after you said, hey, remind me to change the song.
Yes.
Talks, remember to change the song, will you?
That's right. You all told me. I forgot.
Yeah. I haven't talked to you since then, so I reminded you when I could.
Fuck you! That's my name!
Yes, that one.
Who's the guest on Friday Night Tights tomorrow?
Triple Drinker?
I think.
Yes, well, that's the sort of blinkered Philistine pig ignorance I've come to expect from you non-creative garbage.
Amen.
You should tell Drinker, hey, I've got a drunk that you can get together with. This is the new song, isn't it?
It is. It mentions Peanut and Fred.
Yeah.
Well, it's the one that Tom gave us to put in there last week. So we're going to go back to the Kraftwerks stuff.
Oh. Well, the one Monday was the Kraftwerk stuff. I thought this was what you were wanting to throw in was Tom's song.
No.
It's always good to remain vigilant by reminding us of what we've lost.
Yes.
Indeed.
It is.
Oh, did you see the story where they did the rabies test on the squirrel and he didn't have it?
Negative. Yeah. What a surprise.
Did you hear what they ended up doing? They decapitated Peanut.
Yeah.
What?
That's how they killed him. They decapitated the squirrel.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, think about this. They were worried about rabies, so they killed Peanut so that they could test it for rabies. How is that not unlike the Salem witch trials?
Yep.
Prove that you are not a witch. We're gonna kill you to do it.
Well, okay, all right. To be fair,
let's kill the squirrel to see if it is a witch.
Okay, so that's actually how they test for rabies with animals. Unfortunately, is they have to go basically get into the brain to see if it has rabies there.
Can they do that with humans?
It's fucked up.
No, there's a different test for humans, I think.
There is a different test for humans. Yes.
If you have rabies humans, they go through the stomach.
Yeah, they inject the
20 injections.
Yeah, it's like 20 injections in the stomach. God, it's awful.
Still better than having sex with Joy Reid.
The freaking squirrel had been around the guy for 7 years.
I know.
I mean,
And
the rabies
veterinarians
excuse
said they
was
don't carry
BS.
It was. All right, folks. Good night. We will see you next time.
Night, everybody. Hail Peanut.